Turn it up, let the speakers blast. Late night noise, it's all audio glass. No rules, no script, just talking trash. If it cracks on screen, it never lasts. Seasoned wired, ready to snap. Roses in the cut with a sharp tongue jab. Hot takes fly and the chat goes mad. Every word it's like broken glass. No filter, no fear, just moving fast. Say it loud, this is local glass. Count it in, let the chaos pass. Crack the screen, welcome to local glass.
Hello, Glassholes. Happy Thursday, I believe. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. We have a really fun deep dive. Well, not fun, but more like interesting deep dive that we have planned for you guys today. If you have no clue who Tyler Catastrophe is, we are going to be getting into all the ins and outs and all the weirdness of this guy, and boy, is there a lot to get into. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Jersey so we can get started on this one with you guys. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited.
She said, I'm ready to hit it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I did the Discord update, I feel like I hear you like you're like right next to me. It's definitely something.
I actually had like some weird mic thing change the other day, and I think it fixed the problem of me being too low, maybe not, but it might also be why I sound like that.
Only one way to find out. But yeah, I'm excited for this deep dive.
Hell yeah.
I'm very excited.
So, Jersey told me about this guy a minute ago, so we both have been doing some research. We had a bit of some help from the DACA team, so we're here to tell you guys a story. But to get into Tyler Catastrophe, I'm going to call him Tyler the Catastrophe, probably 1 in a million times in this stream, because that's just how my brain knows it. But to get into his lore, we have to start somewhere you wouldn't believe. The lore of a Minecraft YouTuber.
Minecraft YouTuber turned musician. That's a weird way to fucking start.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll let you give like a little bit of a rundown of Wilbur.
Okay, so his stage name, his YouTube name was Wilbur Soot, right? His government is Will Gold, but no one really calls him that except for Tyler because he's parasocial as fuck. Wilbur was originally, he was a content creator. He was a member of a channel called the Soot House. They did like don't laugh at it. they
Not the Soot
they
House.
did the Soot House. They did like random reaction videos. They did commentary videos. They did like random stories.
Thank you, Deb, for the 5 Glasshole gifted members. Continue.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Deb. They did like comedy videos. This started off roughly like 2018 into 2019. And it actually really did pop off. Like they were starting to like really like gain an organic viewership. And people were just interested. They were a bunch of funny guys. They were also like IRL friends, so it definitely helped like the chemistry that they had.
Yeah, they did like those like comedy skits that were kind of like popular back in that era, like almost similar to like the Paul brothers like comedy skits kind of things. Like any of those guys who you would see like be in those YouTube houses, they fit into that mold perfectly. And I feel like on top of that, the whole like Minecraft era was like, it's like gone through these like waves, right? Like where it goes like up and down and up and down, and like close to the time of the pandemic, people were looking for something like that again. So that definitely helped and launched him right into his music career.
Yeah, because that was the thing. He had so much like, I guess, free time, resources. He knew that he was gaining a fan base So it was like kind of like kismet, like perfect timing for him to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try to start my music career, which was around like 2020, which a lot of people very obviously like 2020, 2021, because a lot of people obviously had a lot of free time on their hands because of the pandemic. A lot of people weren't going out as much, so it was like kind of perfect opportunity because he knew there would be eyes on him more so than ever. Because he did, before we get into the music career, he did Joy and Dream SMP, which was like a huge Minecraft community, huge, like that's where he really gained like a good majority of his following and his viewership. His like popularity started growing, his fame started building slowly but surely, and like he kind of like blew up around 2020, which was right when the pandemic started. So then he said, what better way to like use my time but to kind of like start. He had like the hobby of playing guitar, and he was like, maybe I can like start really pursuing this, since like now's kind of a good a time as any. So him and some more of his IRL friends decided to make a band, and they called it Lovejoy.
She goes,
I'm not gonna
make
hold
a
you. I
band?
Because it's like, I guess when you're like, when you got a little clout behind your name, you got some money, like some disposable income, right? It's like,
It's similar to
fuck
Gabby
it.
Hanna. It's similar to like a lot of these YouTubers who get like a little bit of clout and they're like, I've had this like weird dream to do music or something. Even like the TikTokers like Addison Rae, she ended up blowing up from it. So like you never know. You could either do really well or really not well whatsoever, or hit some like middle ground. I feel like Lovejoy hit a middle ground.
Yeah, like they definitely more on the popular side, but like I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of them until we like really
Went
started
into
working
this.
on the deep
They
dive, and
have
like, never heard a
fans.
song. Clearly, because that's where Tyler gets fucking pulled into all of this. So they not only have fans, but they got some super fans, some stans, if you will, on their hands. But yeah, Lovejoy came about, and it's like normal people, like everyday Joes like us, right? We'd be like, fuck it, we're gonna make sourdough or like learn how to crochet. But these motherfuckers were like, let's start an entire band. Like, why not? Fuck it.
Hey,
Um, I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't be bothered to listen to any of their music while we're doing this deep dive, because I heard Tyler singing some of it. That was enough for me.
yeah,
I
we'll
was
get
like,
into that in a little bit of a bit. But
no.
before we even get into where Tyler plays into a factor into this, I feel like we've got
Yes.
to explain why Lovejoy kind of hit a medium. Yeah, their music might be like mediocre, but there was definitely people who were into it. But there's a more controversial situation, and I've got a part of this video that I feel like does a pretty good job explaining it, so we can hear it out of like Shovel's mouth herself. But it's like 4
Yeah,
minutes ish.
this was around circa 2024. They had already like gained some popularity, were successful for the last 3 years, and everything kind of came to a head when this fellow YouTuber named Shovel, aka Shelby, so we might interchange her name throughout this, um, pretty much comes forward in a live stream that Zay's about to play, where she talks about anonymously, like doesn't mention names or anything, but does talk about some abuse allegations with a former partner.
Yeah. Also, turn your cam off and back on again because your thing's doing the thingy. All right, I'm gonna play this.
In late February of 2024, Wilbur's now ex-girlfriend by the name of Shelby made a statement on Twitch, explaining how she had been abused by one of her recent relationships. This guy that she was dating would commonly bite her, and it got to the point where it would really hurt her.
Because I would go.
Okay, so I gotta pause and say, bite. You heard that right, bite. So this situation is probably not the most common thing that you would hear. But you gotta hear her out on what she says on this, because it's very interesting and it's very important for some of the clips of what you'll hear for what Tyler says in relation to this later.
And also, not to mention, she herself didn't even want to come forward initially, because she was like, in regards to like abuse stories and like
Yeah.
the more violent acts, like she didn't even see this as like necessarily violent enough to be talked about. But the longer that she sat with it, the more it was like, no, yeah, this was like objectively fucked up.
Also, a super important piece of information also to know, she did not say a name when she came forward with this story. Wilbur later claimed this to be himself. He owned up to this and took ownership as this being him as an ex-partner, because that's all she said it was. So he owned up to the fact that this was him.
There were certain little things that kind of like hinted that she talked about for the sake of the story itself, not to out him, but just like to give more context to certain things. She does mention like a few indicators that like if you knew anything about Wilbur Soot's backstory, you kind of could tell. Well, but that was the thing. So at that point, he had already had like, and we may be getting a little ahead of ourselves, but he did have the entire like ant infestation story.
Yeah,
that was like a known thing for him.
Get into this first. Too ahead, because they don't know what we're talking about.
Home later, and I tell him how uncomfortable I was, how much I didn't like being hurt all the time. And I needed him to really stop biting so hard. I didn't like it, and I tried telling him over and over again because he wasn't actually trying at all to not hurt me. And then he started saying things like, it was my pain tolerance that was too low, or I'm exaggerating how much it actually hurts. He's not even biting that hard. I'm being dramatic. But his biting escalated to a point where I was covered in bruises all over my arms, and they hurt, and he would poke at them for fun. And he even felt so comfortable showing off my bruises that he had caused to our friends because he would bite me so hard by accident. He would even joke that it looked like he abused me. And eventually he did acknowledge how bad it looked that I was covered in bruises all the time. So he stopped biting my arms as often, and he started biting my legs instead. And it was in the last couple of months of the relationship that every time he bit me, it was until I needed to use this safe word. It had become his benchmark for when to stop. Only once I was definitely hurt. Every single day. Multiple times a day, for all of the days that we spent together in person. And when I asked him to stop again, this time he said, this is who he is. He isn't going to change. Those were his words.
Okay, so like I said, when I mentioned the word bite, it was going to be something you guys had probably not heard before. But yeah, from what I can see in the comments, you guys are kind of all in agreement of where we're at. That is clearly something that's not acceptable in a relationship, especially when you've already expressed, hey, this is something I'm not okay with. This is something I would like to stop. And you continue to keep doing it.
Not only that, but when she had first gotten with Wilbur, he tried to make the claim that like, hey, everyone knows that this is just something I do. Even my mom knows this. Which, like, in hindsight, she's like, yeah, that was probably a fucking lie. And it was kind of weird, but whatever. But it started escalating and escalating and escalating, and he clearly knew that it was fucked up because even at the beginning of the relationship, she even says like, this was probably a red flag, and like I really should have probably listened to this more, but like it just kind of went over her head. He legit said like, hey, I hope that you're okay with this and you don't like make claims in the future that I abused you. And she was like, well, why? Like, at the time, she was like, well, why would I do that? Because, like, you know, you've never harmed me in any way. And it was almost like he was, like, setting himself up for, like, to be in the clear. Like, he was setting himself up for immunity. So that if she should ever have a problem with it in the future, it's like, no. We laid this out there. As if consent can't be taken back. You know, as if... Like, that's the main issue here. It's like, even if this was something that she consented to originally, it got to a point where it wasn't fun anymore. Like, it wasn't sexy. It wasn't, like, something that, like, made
Yeah,
her
I
feel
feel like
good
none of that
in
is
any
even
way.
important anymore because of the fact she's already expressing where it made her uncomfortable. None of that matters to me, and I don't think a lot of people, because of the fact she's already expressed this is her line, and he pushed
But
that.
that's the thing, like, yeah, it started off that way. Like, to clarify, it did start off that way. And then there was a time where he accidentally hurt her. And then it kind of just started devolving. Because it's like, you don't accidentally hurt. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a line. And he crossed it, and he crossed it, and he crossed it. And it got so bad that they had to implement a safe word. It's not like, oh, yeah, like, this is something that was there from the beginning. He literally tried to implement a safe word with her so that he knew where her boundaries were. And it was almost like, because like she started using that, he would do it more often. Like, he would start to bite her even more because now he felt like, okay, well, we'll be good because she has a safe word if it gets really bad. Like, in his fucked up head.
Well, not even just that. Like she just said in the clip, it was like she would say it, and he would say it's not that bad. So like, regardless of it, like, yeah. But
No, but like it gets really fun. It's like he almost started doing it more and would be more aggressive with it when he knew that she was uncomfortable, and then would hit her with the, oh well, your pain tolerance is just too low, or like you're being dramatic, like it's not really that bad. Like the safe word is very important because that's one of like Tyler's like main defenses later on. But it's like the safe word was implemented as way for him to get away with it more because he's like, well, clearly if she's cool with this, like if she wasn't cool with this, she
my
wouldn't have
point
a
is
safe
we
word
gotta
to
get
be-
into his defense. We're like jumping ahead again. That's my point. We gotta get into the defense. We're jumping ahead.
I don't think we are, if I'm being
Well,
so for real.
I know, but we gotta explain what he said in response to also like explain why some of this matters. That's what I'm trying to say. So let me get into that point. So he did a response to this, and so he basically says, well, I can read out. Let me just read out. So he says, in the past week, a series of allegations have been made over my conduct from an ex-girlfriend. I want to emphasize that although I feel it fair to offer my perspective, this person's feelings are completely valid. I have taken my time sharing this statement as I wanted to process and respond respectfully and with the hope to gain a deeper understanding for the situation. During our relationship's final months, I regrettably became a slobbish, disrespectful, and selfish. These actions caused a lot of pain to my ex-girlfriend, and I've since sought therapy to address these behaviors, making significant lifestyle changes to rectify my past actions. Hold on, it cut off for me. I have come to realize how much my past behavior have hurt this person, but I truly compassionately believe I've made great strides from the person I once was and hope I can continue to grow and improve on this trajectory. So that's where he starts. And that's why I think it's important to get to that point before we jump to the other response, because this is where he starts off.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, I wrote it the way that I wrote it for a reason. Because, like, you gotta talk. Like, okay, he's talking about being a slob in that. And it's like, well, why is he being a slob? Because she mentions in the video that, like, there was an entire. That's what starts making people, like, put two and two together that it is about Wilbur. Because at the end of the day, he was, like, literally, like, he had an entire ant infestation, especially during COVID, that he just didn't take care of. That she had to pour money, like, thousands of dollars into to make sure it was fixed. Not only that, like, she would say,
mention his excuse.
oh, we're in England, so it's like that everywhere in the UK, and it's like, no, fuck, it's not. Like, it's weird and it's nasty. He would literally dump shit, like he would spill soda all over something, right, and just walk away from it and then not take care of it. Like, he was like a slob, and like she had to pick up after him. Another thing was that he bites other like people in his life. Like, he's known to do this. Like, there's other videos of his friends that are sitting there and being like, yeah. And if you notice, it's all women. That it's like, yeah, sometimes he just, like, bites me or whatever. Like, he has this weird habit of, like, biting me and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just no big deal. And it's like, that's weird. So when you start connecting the dots, it's a dude from the UK, right? Or a dude from England specifically, a dude that just recently had an ant infestation, a dude that goes around biting his friends. It's like, okay, wait a minute now. It might be Wilbur.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to give you that, because I was like, yeah, the dots fucking connect perfectly, but I had to like give you like why they connected, if that made sense. Because I have all the shit to back you up on this. I got you. I'm with you. So this is what you were just talking about with the friends. So I think it's the first clip and the second clip in this are both the friends.
Oh, just the minx is a whole nother rabbit hole.
Yeah, that is something we should maybe go down another day, because she's interesting and she like joined the whole fish tank community. There's so much to get into with her. But
yeah, 1000%.
Ugh.
He just bites everyone. He'd bite you.
He never bit me when I met him.
He would.
Actually, Will bites me sometimes, and I get so many bruises all the time from him biting me.
These clips would spread all over.
So 2 different clips of other people. So those were 2 different streamers who have also had interactions. So you'll also hear people interchangeably use the name Will. Keep that as a little piece for later too, because these are people who have met him in person who are calling him that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next clip, let me grab the ant. Oops, sorry, my shit's falling. Let me grab the ant infestation clip for you.
But yeah, this dude is just very fucked up, and in a lot more aspects than just the whole abuse thing. Like, he just doesn't. I feel like when he was in the Minecraft community and when he was on like in the YouTube community, a lot of people didn't really know all this behind the scenes, and everything just kind of spilled into the light when Shovel came forward with the allegations. And that's what starts everything. No, Miss Neesox, Wilbur is not Tyler. You can't know who Tyler is as a person unless you talk about these allegations, because he's obsessed with this dude named Wilbur Soot. That's why it's like you can't have one without the other.
I was gonna say it's like meat and potatoes, but I think it's more like oil and vinegar.
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab. Sorry, uno moment, because my other clip got I had 2 clips that are like labeled differently, but they're the exact same clip. So 1 sec. Can you yap for me for uno moment?
Yeah. But yeah, we will be getting more into who Tyler is, how Tyler came into the community, the online community, how he started like building his infamy this year that made people dig back years worth of his like controversy. It actually is really fucking interesting.
Okay, sorry for the delay on that. I had to find the other link. It was just under a different one. So this is where she gets into the ant infestation part that Rosie was talking about, and it's not just the ant infestation, as she was saying either, which is why that response also ties into this when he mentions like him being like disgusting. Listen to what she says here.
And I'm not saying any of this next part to be mean. He lived in filth like I have never seen. And I've seen filth. This was the worst. He would spill things on the floor and literally never clean them up. He got an ant infestation once and wasn't going to do anything about it because he said, bugs are normal in British houses. So I had to buy an ant killer. And he wouldn't clean his bathroom for months and months and months, but would constantly complain about how bad it smelled. And I would tell him, that's mold. It's mold. He complained about being tired all the time too, which I don't know if that was a lie or not, but mold will do that too. But he would insist that it wasn't somehow without having cleaned in months, but it's not mold. When I met him.
But it's not mold.
Yeah, there's no, it's just nasty. It's a nasty work.
It's icky. Very gross shit. So that gives you guys kind of a little bit of a taste of some of the stuff that happened that he was accused of. So as you can see from the first part that I was showing, he admitted it was him.
Yeah.
So I don't
like
get
fully.
I was
Wholeheartedly said like, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, you talk your shit. I was gonna say you talk your shit. Tell them what he did.
Like, he wholeheartedly came forward and said, like, yeah, hey, sorry, I'm sorry that I made you feel this way, but yeah, I guess I have some things to work on about myself. I guess I'm a fucked up person, but I'm in therapy now, so it's all good. Like, it was like absolving himself of guilt while also taking blame, while also like making the whole apology kind of about him. Like, it was just like, oh well, me, I did this, but like, you're not actually just owning up to what you did and how you hurt this person. It's more just like, well, yeah, I guess I was kind of gross, and I guess that I might have hurt her, but I had no idea the whole time, even though she expressed to me on multiple occasions that this made her super uncomfortable and actually physically harmed her. Like, it's just fucking stupid. Like, it's like a nonsense, non-tent apology, in all honesty.
So, given that, this is where Tyler, the guy from our thumbnail, comes into play. So, even though Wilbur gave, like, you know, pretty much a nonsense apology, it was at least something. He at least admitted, you know, it was him. He was not trying to hide from what happened, but he did have one person, who was sweeping for him like crazy.
Like, insane.
And that's,
Which, how are you gonna sweep for
subject.
somebody that admits to it? Like, oh, that's actually so fucked. But yeah, this is how Tyler kind of comes into everything.
So let's start. So this is where Tyler starts going at Shovel, the woman we just saw, explaining the whole biting situation. Sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. I grabbed 3 different videos so you guys could kind of get a taste of what I'm talking about with it. But it's very interesting. Let me put it on 1.25 speed, and let's get into it.
Finally released the full version of All Look Good When I'm Sober, and I am
Oh wait, this one's already sped up. Thank God. I knew some of them were.
over the moon. Great band, it's a
Also,
great
he just
song, and I've been waiting
really
for so long. Bars! Before the comments start rolling in, I am fully aware of the situation. I've already made my opinion on that very clear. Not because I dismissed it or didn't take it seriously, but because I did take it seriously, and I formed an opinion on it. Anyway, I'm the kind of person who, when I see people being hated on in a way that I think is unfair, I will make a point to leave positive comments whenever possible. I do it because I want to, because it's fun for me, because I enjoy being a positivity in a pool of... yuck.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
Lovejoy has finally released the full...
Okay, so this is video number 1. So Lovejoy, as you guys know that we mentioned, is the band that Wilbur's a part of. So him vague posting about this, being like, oh, well, I've heard about the allegations, but instead I'm just going to spread positivity. I'm still going to be a Lovejoy fan, still riding hard. Now, a lot of people could look at this video and be like, well, maybe he's someone who's just trying to separate the art from the artist.
At first.
Well, that's
Initially.
only video number 1.
Right, I was gonna say, one could think that, but no, some of the shit that he says, especially about Shovel, is actually important. Like, it gets disgusting. Y'all have been warned now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry if we didn't put like a disclaimer or a trigger warning at the beginning of this, but yeah,
When
if
you
you know
get into
anything about-
locales, sometimes shit gets weird really fast. So apologies for that, but we're in it now.
yeah.
And I'm not talking about holding people accountable for their awful actions, because obviously we should be doing that. I'm talking about how many people are training their audiences to be internet attack dogs, which is not cool. And right now, it's really hard to be on the internet. Feels like every other day we're getting someone who's secretly a terrible person. But I'm starting to realize that a lot of people don't know the difference between fucking up and abusing people. And as someone who has been abused, kind of a lot, I'm gonna explain the difference. Because if you don't know the difference, there are a lot of people who will try to use you as a weapon against the people they don't like. And I don't know about you, but I don't like being used for anything. So if you find yourself asking, is this person an abuser, or did they just fuck up somehow? Here are some questions that you should always ask. The first question's a little gray, but it has to do with intention. Did they knowingly hurt you on purpose? And if you know for a fact that they did it on purpose, then yeah, that person sucks.
So
So
this
then, yes.
is gonna immediately contradict things, because remember when we were talking about those pieces you had to remember about her story for later?
Yeah. And I mean, that alone right there, because of her story and what she talks about and how he knew that it was hurting her, and he knew that it was fucking with her to the point where he started blaming her for her low pain tolerance and for this and that and the third. Like, he was going up to friends and pointing out the bruises and being like, haha, people would think that I'm abusive to her, and like poking them even though he knew they were going to cause her pain. Like, that's intent. That is intent to the fullest fucking degree if I've ever seen it.
And I feel like this is the perfect time where the safe word also comes into play. Because like you were saying, so he made this safe word knowing it would reach a point where it hurt her intentionally. And then there was times where she's saying he would go beyond the safe word. He would say, oh, well, the safe word doesn't matter because there's no way I hurt you that bad.
Or like he would hear her use the safe word and would like chomp down just a little bit harder, like right before, and then would pull away. But there was always intent to like try to push her past her limits.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up.
And even in the video, she's saying she only agreed to use a safe word because of the fact that he said, well, this is something that I'm never going to change about myself. And she's trying to be understanding because he's saying this is something he's done since he was a kid. And it was something like his mom even backed up that he's done. Well, it's odd. Change yourself, Wilbur. Sorry.
Hey,
Look that up.
like, no, like, that's the thing. Like, I get it if, like, for whatever reason, like, that's, like, your thing. But, like, bitch, do it to yourself. Don't, or find somebody that's into it. Like,
or get like
if
a stim toy if you're that
right
in need.
If you know that you're hurting if you know for a fact that you're hurting your partner, like, just cut that shit out.
Get a
like,
baby teething toy.
I'm saying there's always workarounds for like quite literally everything in this world. Like, it doesn't have to just be, no, I'm just gonna continue to knowingly hurt my partner and then blame them for it.
Yeah, but it gets worse. That's just one part of this.
An abuser. But if you can't be sure they knew they were hurting you, you have to ask yourself another question. This one's a two-parter. One, did you tell them it hurt you? Because if you didn't, I'm sorry, you have to. You can't assume they know unless you tell them. But
she did, to the point that he added a safe word into the relationship because he knew that he was going past the limit. What more could you say to this to explain it to him?
Snoofle also makes a really good point in the chat that I hadn't even thought about. Snoofle said that's why he owned up to it, to find someone into it. Like, he didn't just make that apology to make the apology. He said, I'm going to put the feelers out there and let everyone know this is what I'm into. So if they want to hit my line for some biting time, they can do that. Mm-hmm. That's actually fucked. That's actually fucked. And I could see that. Unfortunately, I can see that because there are too many people in this world like that use anything as an opportunity for themselves.
That part.
After you tell them, you have to ask, how did they respond to you telling them? Did they get angry? Did they blame you? Did they hurt you more? Did they try to shut you up somehow? Then yeah, unfortunately, probably an abuser. Or did they find out that they hurt you and apologize? Did they validate your feelings? Did they promise to change? Did they make genuine efforts to better themselves towards you and people around them? Because in that case, they're probably just someone who fucked up. And I'm not giving you this information because I think that someone specific deserves to be absolved of all crimes or something. I'm giving you this information because as someone who has been abused more times than I'd like to tell you about, I still believe that everyone deserves a chance to be forgiven. And with all the time and energy we spend hoping people in our lives will change, you cannot hope for that without allowing them to change when they realize they've fucked up. And if you want people to be better, you have to let them try to be. And unfortunately, the elephant in many of these discussions is that it's really easy to lie. And also, it's really easy for someone to vastly exaggerate when they're mad at someone. That's just humans at this point. So if someone you don't know on the internet is telling you something about someone else you don't know on the internet, please just take a step back, take a deep breath, ask yourself some questions, because chances are you don't have all the information, and it's okay to wait to form an opinion until you do have more information. I know no one tells you this very often, but making a snap judgment immediately is dangerous for a lot of people. So don't be an internet attack dog for people you don't know, especially if you're a teenager. I promise you're gonna regret that later. Be kind to each other. Think critically. Cancel culture is...
But you made a snap decision to blindly trust Wilbur. So that's interesting. That's an interesting take. It's like, so because you feel the way that you feel about Wilbur, it's like automatically, no, Shovel's in the wrong. Everything she says is wrong. Don't take her word, but like definitely take Wilbur's word for it. Because at that point, that's all we had.
Wilbur in that last video, and that one's like a few months old, right? Like, I don't even think it's a full year old. I'd say like roughly about 8 months at this point. Wilbur talking about that, you're like, oh, well, people can grow, they can change, like he says in that video. Okay, well, let's see what he has to say about it more currently.
Not the Brighton biter. I'm sorry, that's insane.
We'll get into that very soon.
An abuser.
This is just a reminder that I still feel that way. I've been doing more covers recently, and several of them have been Lovejoy songs because I fucking love Lovejoy. So I've been getting a lot of comments and DMs asking if I still support Will, which the answer is yes. I'm not the kind of person to hide my opinions, and if I think it's an important opinion, I usually will share it. So if my opinion had changed, I would have said it. So go watch that video all the way through if you want. It's like 6 minutes long, but you asked, so yeah, here I am, almost a year later. Same opinion, just a little bit more annoyed. I want more Lovejoy songs, I'm gonna be honest. I need new music. Life is too stale.
Well, he doubled down, baby. Apparently we get no growth and change from you, Mr. Catastrophe.
I mean, similarly to how we didn't really get any growth or change from Wilbur, so I guess, you know, birds of a feather flock together, right? It's just so fucked up that it's like, it seems like he didn't even try to understand Shovel's point whatsoever. And I don't know if you have the clip where he literally says, like, coming from someone that was abused, this isn't abuse, but like that's actually a vile thing to say. Like,
so I left that one out because of the, you know,
yeah,
on it.
Yeah.
It's a vile one, and I was just like, I don't think anybody needs to hear that other than us relaying it to them. So I think that's, because I don't fuck with that video. It really rubs me off the wrong way. If you guys want to look for that one, you can, but it just keeps the same themes of the last 3 that we watched. I'm with you on that, but that video really bothers me.
Oh no, it 1000% it bothered me too when I was watching it. But that's why I like didn't put it in there, but I did like write about it because it did feel like significant, because it was like, no, he's not just like saying that like, oh yeah, everyone should like be heard out first. Like he straight up is like, no, as someone that was abused, this isn't abuse. And like starts the fucking conversation off with that. Like, it was really fucking vile. It was a really vile thing to say, and he just, like, it just devolves the longer the fucking conversation goes on and the longer that video goes on for. Yeah. And it gets into territory that's like, yeah, it's fucked.
Perfect description. I couldn't have described it better myself without getting actually angry, so thank you. Also, I see a really good question in the chat, which is kind of going to lead us into the next segment. Why is he so obsessed with Wilbur? So Mindy Sue in the chat says, so does Tyler want to get with Wilbur? Now, it's beyond that. Now, yes, he does want to get with Wilbur, but we need to get into the whole Brighton era of things. So for those of you guys who don't know, Wilbur is not only just a Minecraft creator, he's a Minecraft creator from the UK, okay? Specifically, the Brighton area of England. That's all I know is they say Brighton, England. So if I'm somehow at all wrong in this, UK people, beat me up. Beat me up all you want.
Yeah, no, it's from what I looked up, it's a city. It's a city in England. So
okay.
It's like the south side, kind of like.
I thought England
like
was a city. I don't know. I can't do UK geography. Don't mind me.
Uh-oh.
But let's talk about, so this is one of the first clips of him talking about needing to fundraise to move to England.
And I'm currently in the process of using my beaded jewelry as a means to move all the way from Texas to England. Point. And right now, we're in the final stretch. Meeting last year's goal meant that I was able to take care of everything keeping me here and remove a ton of obstacles. And after about 2 years of padding my resume, now all that's really left is getting my visa endorsed and covering the actual moving expenses. And I am 100% determined to let 2026 be the last year I ever live in Texas.
Now, keep in mind, what we had before this was a lot of hoopla, a lot of, like, oh, fundraising, like selling jewelry, like he's saying, but not cheap jewelry, okay? you see the beaded necklace that he's wearing? That's one of his own original pieces. And he makes these semi-elaborate beaded necklaces. I think that they would be really cool if they were made with more high-quality materials and not sold for almost $1,000 a piece. So he's been fundraising, and now he's telling people he's at the point where it's just like hitting some visas, and it's going to be good to go. So remember this for the next few clips that we have coming up as well. Also, I do want to hit some of these donations right after this one is over, because I saw we had some renewals. So I promise you guys I'll get to those here in a sec. I just want to finish up some of these clips because we've been really wanting to do this deep dive with you guys.
Hell yeah.
So much credit to Rosie, by the way. She worked hella hard on this.
Thank you. I tried.
But I do have a small confession to make. See, I don't know if you know this, but England is really small, especially to an American. So when I first started talking publicly about this goal, a lot of people were wondering where specifically I wanted to move to. And I'll be honest, I didn't want to answer. And while I really didn't want to offend anyone by not answering, I also really didn't want to tell the truth. So, me being me, I just picked a popular, well-known city that I knew I'd be spending a considerable amount of time in. That being Brighton. I love their football club, I love their thriving art and music scene, it's a beautiful place. But I can't afford to live there. I can afford to be seen there, though. But if you don't mind, I think it's time that I stop leaning into that bit. Because honestly, I don't have a plan for where in England yet. Wherever I can get, really. Honestly, I just want out of here. Even if I somehow end up in Scotland, or Ireland, or Wales, or Northern Ireland. Even though I fully believe in a united Ireland. Still better than here. So I hope you'll forgive my little deception. And if you would like to help me move, even if it isn't to Brighton specifically, you can find all my links in the clicky thing that you click on. Right now, my hopefully final goal.
Okay, so got the gist of that, but so how do you go from saying, oh, well, I wasn't really serious about going to Brighton, but if I could go to Brighton, like, you know what I'm saying here? It's very obvious that was the goal. That clearly was exactly what you were intending, but you just didn't want to admit it to yourself, and why not?
Because a certain someone else lives in Brighton. It's also it's also crazy because thank you. It's also crazy though because he like contradicts himself in a different video. I can't remember where he said that he originally wanted to go, but it's not Brighton. So it's like, well, it seems like the more research you did on a certain somebody, the more you realized that maybe you wanted to move there instead. Like, it just everything, he's just a walking contradiction. Everything that he says like contradicts his previous statements. And he originally wasn't just moving out there for no reason either. Like, there was once upon a time a purpose for him going out there, and it wasn't just to be seen or to sell his jewelry. It was because like he had an entire like career lined up, allegedly, with this one like studio and this one artist that he looked up to for years and admired. And it went from, oh yeah, I have this on lock, like this opportunity is 1,000% gonna happen, all I need to do is get my ass out there and then everything will come to fruition, to, oh, actually they never even offered me the position, they never even got back to me. Just conflicting stories
all
back
around.
and forth. Like, oh yeah, I was gonna go, but then they ghosted me, but then they got back to me, but then they never actually offered me a job, but then this, but then that.
I
and
think
it's like,
I found a story of the real reason why. And I'll show that here next. But let me hit some of these donos real quick. We got Brandon with the cash cow for 3 months who said, glad to see y'all back at 2 p.m. Love y'all. Thank y'all. We got Deb's Politics with the pay pig for 3 months who said, good morning, it's a beautiful day. It always is over here at Glass. We got Shotgun Angel with the cash cow for 2 months who said, keep him out of the UK, please. Hopefully. Rooting for y'all. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the next part of this because, yeah, you just mentioned it, so I really want to hit... Oh, I, like, fucking copied and pasted it into, like, a different part of the docket. Uno moment. Boop, boop. God, every time I pull up a TikTok clip, it asks me to, like, drag a puzzle piece, but you don't actually have to do it. You can literally just click the X and it goes away. But the first time, I just kept dragging the puzzle piece over and over again, like 5 times, until I realized you don't need to. Now let's get into this.
access to England, and I'm making it happen this year. But my mother asked me to stay until Trump leaves office. I think the fuck not. She just does not get it. She tries, but she doesn't get it. Because in her words, if World War III breaks out, she wants me close to her. But for me, here, in this state, close is a horror show. My sexuality, my gender, my beliefs, my experiences and the morals I stand on a daily basis. I have experienced terrible things, and I will continue to experience terrible things for as long as I'm here. And sure, England isn't great either, but I know in my heart it's where I'm supposed to be for this next chapter of my life. But at the very fucking least, if anyone in Europe wants to take me out, they're gonna have to work a whole lot fucking harder for it. What are they gonna do, stab me? I grew up in backwoods Oklahoma, and I had a younger brother. So if someone with a British accent pulled a knife on me, I think I'd just laugh. There's no coming back from that one, buddy. You got the wrong one. I'll be fine. So yeah, I will not be fucking staying here, and I could probably be gone on a week's notice. Okay, love you, bye.
That was in January. Now, the video we watched before this one was in March. So, as you can see, went from being like, well, I could leave on a moment's notice to, well, no, I don't have the funds. This is my tinfoil hat theory about this whole thing. He was expecting his mom to pay for part of it.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
And his mom's like, why would I do that?
And not only that, but for those of you that don't know, like Tyler's backstory, Tyler is a trans man. And I'm not saying everywhere in England or in the UK for that matter is like this, but like certain places are called like turf city or something like that because it's like very anti-trans, very anti-disability, and he's also disabled because back in 2019 he got like struck by an SUV, damn near lost his life. His lungs, like he had permanent damage to his lungs to where he used to be a singer in a band and used to go to college for like music production, and he had to drop out of the band because like his voice was so fucked up for so long. So like he's a disabled trans man. Like that's not gonna fly over there. Like it's actually a piss poor take to think like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go from one place that, you know, is like right wing or whatever to like a place that's like definitely gonna be there for me. And it's, if you've done any ounce of research, you would know that's just not the case. You can move somewhere else in the States that isn't gonna treat you like that. Like you're in Texas, for fuck's sake. Like
Oklahoma.
It's just, well, no, he was originally in Oklahoma, moved to Texas.
Yeah, well,
so yeah, at
during
this point
some of these
he's
videos he's in Oklahoma, but yeah, now in Texas.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's fucking goofy. Like, it's actually goofy as shit that you would think that life is just gonna have a 180 and everything is gonna turn around for you just because you're switching locations. Because everywhere has their bad apples. Mm-hmm. To be so for real.
So this video has two interesting points in it. So this will be something we bring up a little bit later, or we could even get into it now. But this is during Tyler's like indigenous arc, which is off and on. So there are some times where Tyler claims to be an indigenous person and times where he doesn't. I have multiple videos of him switching back and forth, so we'll get into that in a little bit. But this video is still about England. This is him talking about the job offer that he initially got, which kind of contradicts once again that first video that we played. So that first video was posted on March 20th of this year, so like 2 months ago. This was posted in 2023. So this is like how old this situation goes, of him saying that he wanted to move to England and how long he's been telling people he's been fundraising to move to England, which in my eyes is also part of a scam that he runs to try to get people to kind of like empathize that are from the communities that like he's in and supports, because he'll claim off and on that he's indigenous. He'll claim, well, like he's definitely part of the LGBTQ community, but part of the reason he keeps claiming he wants to move is because of the area that he lives in is so like rough for him to be like out and proud about his sexuality, but then has for years been doing this fundraising to move and keeps like lying about the steps on the process. Like, and that's why this video is so important, because it shows a direct lie from a few years ago that made people think, of course, like, I'm gonna support because things are starting to work out, if that makes sense.
And as far, this GoFundMe goes back to as far as like 2022, I believe. Like, he's been doing this now for, if I'm not mistaken, the GoFundMe might have just only recently been taken down.
Yes.
So that's like a good 4 years of you doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
4 years! It's like, baby, it's not working out. Find something new. And like, not for nothing, you could just move somewhere else in Texas too. That's also an option. There's like places like Austin.
Yeah, there's open neighborhoods in Texas. Like, you will be okay in certain areas, and I think part of it is like I said, to keep the scam going, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, 1000%.
Transgender two-spirit disabled artist currently stuck living in Texas, and I don't want to be here anymore. But luckily, my hard work for the past couple years is finally looking like it's paying off, because I have an opportunity to move all the way from Dallas, Texas to fucking England. And I can't give details yet, but it is kind of my dream job, and it's something I've wanted since I was like 12. And considering last week there were 2 shootings in places I frequent, both within like 20 miles of me, on the same day, I think it couldn't come at a better time. But the only thing keeping me from leaving literally tomorrow is that I have to be able to afford to do it, which, you know. Now, I've been working my ass off for the past year and a half, hoping for this exact outcome. So I've got, like, the beaded jewelry we love, we all know it. That's probably why most of you are following me. And of course, I finally also got my print website up. You can put my art on a skateboard or a coffee mug. But even with everything I sell and put my heart and soul into, it is still very slow going. So I've been told to make a GoFundMe. Here it is, that's me at a market that didn't go well, but hey.
So I just want to mention something. So these necklaces range anywhere from around $100 to about $1,000 fucking dollars. Okay.
Or more. Some of them are even crazier.
Yeah, some of them have been crazier, but like on the average, I'd say around that range, right? So you sell a few of these necklaces, and I've seen them sold, and I will show you that they've sold, okay? I have video proof that they've sold some of these really expensive, like $600 to $800 necklaces, okay? You sell a few of these, you're hitting that 20K in a pretty decent amount of time. But you still have a 20K GoFundMe on top of a print shop, on top of the art shop, which we're going to get into as well, which the art, there would be times where he would say, oh, well, this art piece is worth like $200 like a couple years ago. And then now is like $3,500 for this art piece. So where is all this money going if not for you to move to England? Where has all of this money been going? Because you are selling things. That's the thing. If he wasn't selling things, I'd be like, oh, well, he's just like price gouging because he like only gets sales here and there and he needs like money to sustain. No, he's selling shit.
He's like a self-proclaimed, highly successful like business owner when it comes to his bead work, his like weave work, like to the point where he's called himself like international or global because like he's like been able to sell to like multiple different continents, not just like countries or like states or cities or whatever, but like apparently his shit's all over the world. Then on top of it, he's like a published poet. Like he has a lot of his like hands in like a lot of different like avenues and shit, so it is making less sense the more you learn about him, like why he's asking for $20,000 though, mind you, y'all. Like 20 grand.
I feel bad when I ask for a Dollar Train, bro.
I'm saying, bro, like, that's actually wicked fucking work, man. And then even the way it's worded, like, help a disabled trans man escape Texas. It's just...
Yes, it's that pulling out every, like, potential corner that you, like, fit into, like like that's what I'm saying, like LGBTQ, and then saying the two-spirit is like a pull towards indigenous, because that's an indigenous term. I like learned a lot about that through this whole thing, which we'll get into in a bit. But let me finish out this video too, because I know you're gonna have so much shit to say. Which, by the way, once again, y'all, put some W's in the chat for Rosie for putting this all together for us, because this is a really fucking interesting deep dive. I really loved looking into this with her, but she has put in the bulk of the work on this one, so please give her her W's, her flowers in the chat.
Thank you very much.
Got a good picture out of it. And normally the thought of asking for help makes me feel like I'm choking, but this time I really need this to work out. I feel like I've been working towards this my entire life, and it's finally here, and I don't know how else to make it happen. So if you would like to help a little guy like me do the thing that he really fucking wants to do, I'm gonna be honest, I need this. Then you should check out all of my very cool links. There's more under the cut, but it's TikTok. I only have so much screen. So yeah, you can DM me to order jewelry. You can check out my print shop. It's very cool. I put a lot of work into that. Or you can check out the GoFundMe. Or I have like Venmo over there. I don't know. I'm freaking out. This is amazing, and I want this so much, and I really need this to happen. How many times am I gonna? I'm freaking. Okay, I calmed down a little, but I have been in the fog for the past year and a half, hoping for this to happen, and I feel like I'm finally coming out of the fog, and I can see the direction I'm pointing again, and I need this to happen. I really.
Did you hear that? I've been waiting for this to happen for a year and a half. This video, like I said, was in 2023. So this whole fucking I want to move to England and fundraising to move to England has been going on for 5 years, y'all. 5 years, and made no fucking progress towards moving to England. And how do I know? Because remember that first video we played? Yeah, that was from March. The I have no funds to go to England? Yeah, that was in March. That was from Tyler's own channel. That wasn't even a repost. That's how I know the exact date.
He also just claims that, like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a disabled man, like, and that's the whole reason why, like, I'm asking for this money, because I can't do this, that, or the third. He in certain videos about how he was working at a restaurant.
Yes.
And it was well after the injury, well after his disability takes place. If you wanted to, realistically, you could fucking work for that money. Like, that's always an option.
But that's the thing, he already is. Let's say he doesn't even want to do a regular job. You're jewelry making. Just start making some maybe less elaborate pieces and start selling some smaller stuff again like you used to, and stop price gouging on your art and things. Like, here's the thing. He sells this shit. I wouldn't say he's not talented. I absolutely think he is. But I think that he price gouges for, like, the quality of material he uses, and then lies about the quality of material he uses so people feel scammed, which is something we'll also get into later as some of the testimonials from the fans about the art. I don't think that it's okay to, like, portray for the past 5 years that the whole reason that you've been selling these things and fundraising is to move to England when you've made no progress. Like Rosie's saying, so where was all that money from your job?
Like, at all, ever. Like, and that's the thing, like, even if you don't want to lower your prices, I'm saying, like, you can still, because realistically speaking, you're not making, like, a necklace a day or whatever. Like, a lot of your time is probably just, I mean, he has thousands of videos posted within a 7-year span of time. So there's clearly time for you to do other things. Like, why not pick up a part-time job to cover at least some of those costs while you still have your endeavor with your jewelry, while you still have your business with your artwork. Like, a lot of artists know that it's kind of a thankless job for a lot, if not all of their art career. So, like, why not pick up something in the interim while you're waiting to, like, really get that one paycheck that's, like, really gonna make the difference? Like, the e-begging and the fucking like having the coffee account and the Venmo and the GoFundMe when you are already dabbling
internet
in artwork.
panhandling.
Yeah, man, it's fucked. It's actually ridiculous. And if you notice, it's like, okay, and this could just be me nitpicking now, but like, if you notice in 2023 when he posted that video, right? He didn't have an entire chess piece. Where did that money come from? Like, it's little things like that. It's little things like that that fucking bug me about this man. Because it's like, you had almost 7 fucking years from the time that you first started, like, this journey, even before you, like, officially decided that you wanted to move there, right? Like, or not even that you wanted to move there, but that you wanted to make that move public potentially. So like that's at least a 5 to 7 year span of time.
I thought of something to back you up even as well. Like, look at the background change. Look at the change in the background from going from like that like dilapidated looking room to okay, in front of like this shelf full of all these hardcover books and all these like little trinkets. All of these things cost money. That's where all of this money is going into, to like being complacent in his situation, because it's not, I'm not trying to say, well, it's not as bad as he's making it out to be, but there's no way it is if he's actually not made a single bit of movement on it. It kind of goes back to what I was saying yesterday about if people really have the passion to do something, they will. There's no passion behind wanting to move out of the US because they don't know anything in England.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense, man.
Also, we got Poodzumis with the £4.99 who said, thank you, Wozy. Yes, thank Wozy. Thank you. We got Danny Midnight with the 99-cent hot dog, S1K with the 99-cent banana, Micah with the 149 hot dog, Deb's Politics with the 149 hot dog, Laura Kruger upgraded to Cash Cow, and Poodzumis with the 99 pence hot dog. Thank you guys so much. A Dollar Train's appreciated today. We don't really have any goals up, so any support's appreciated, but we're gonna keep cooking on this for now. There's actually, I think maybe like roughly 30 more minutes of this, and then we actually do have something else we could talk about from a little bit of the LCU once we're done with this, if we still have some time left.
Hell yeah.
All right, so here's another clip of talking about England. Now, this kind of falls in line of between some of the clips we watched. So this one's from about a year ago, and this is him talking about how it has nothing to do with Tyler Catastrophe, or nothing to do with Wilbur Soot, which is going to loop us back into this parasocial relationship here.
The world just to be closer to a YouTuber? If y'all think I would make a massive life-altering decision that takes years of work to achieve just because I was willing to admit on the internet that I think a musician I don't know has a pretty laugh, then y'all really have the wrong idea. And I suppose you have a better explanation? I was supposed to move to Bournemouth a couple years ago. I had a job lined up, I did a ton of research, made a ton of preparations, admittedly got a little too excited because it ended up falling through at the last minute. But when I finally dusted myself off and got myself back on track, and decided I could probably just move out of the US on my own, England was the easiest choice because I had already done so much of the work. But why Brighton specifically? But when I visited England and met the people I had hoped to be working with, I completely fell in love with it.
Oh shit! River Willow came in with a 10 Glasshole gifted members. Thank you so much, River. I see a lot of people asking for a mustard, so this is the perfect time. Little mustard break. Thank you so much, River. Really appreciate it. That takes us to 15 gifted today. All right. Now let's go ahead and hit this. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt in the middle of the clip.
South Coast. I've always wanted to live near the ocean, and it's gorgeous.
Exactly what I was talking
I'm
about.
so sorry. I'm so sorry, Pooks.
No, you're good. That's the exact place I was talking about. I couldn't remember where it was, but Bird just something. He names like a completely different place.
Oh yeah, let me back it up like 5 seconds so they didn't miss that. Here, it's hard to pull these back.
I was supposed to move to Bournemouth a couple years ago. I had a job lined up, I did a ton of research, made a ton of preparations, admittedly got a little too excited because it ended up falling through at the last minute. But when I finally dusted myself off and got myself back on track, and decided I could probably just move out of the US on my own, England was the easiest choice because I had already done so much of the work. But why Brighton specifically? But when I visited England and met the people I had hoped to be working with, I completely fell in love with the South Coast. I've always wanted to live near the ocean, and it's gorgeous. And Brighton is a really popular city right now. I've got a bunch of friends and support in the area, and like with most college towns, it's got a thriving art and music scene. And people keep telling me it's the gay capital of the UK, which I think is hilarious. You expect me to believe that's the only reason? I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only guy in the world who would let his decision to move somewhere be influenced by a sports team. And why would you like their football club if not for a crush? I grew up in the sport. My whole family played. We helped run a non-profit youth club. I was a referee for 6 years. And when it comes to the Premier League, most of the other teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Leicester City, to me, they all play like assholes. They time waste, they flop, they play dirty. Brighton actually plays the game. I mean, I could talk about how Verbrugge and Van Hecke, Wiefer are pretty much the sole reason I have a paid fan club membership to the Netherlands national team. I could talk about how Matoma is such an ace fucking striker, he literally has a PhD thesis that he wrote about dribbling. Or how the last transfer window broke my fucking heart because we lost Estepinian, who was my favorite, Lamptey, and Adingra. I actually think you should stop talking. Did you know that the head coach, Fabian Hertzler, was born in Houston, Texas? I really don't like you. Yeah, that's fair.
So once again, pulling back to that video from March of this year where he says, I never was really that serious about going to Brighton. So what was this? So then what is this? What's this?
Not only that, but like, if you know anything about this dude's fucking backstory, you know for a fact that he like almost loathes like any type of like extracurricular sport because he was like raised in a household with parents that like pretty much threw him to the wayside because he was into like the less, I guess, socially acceptable activities, like, or things that made less potential money, like artwork and shit like that. Like, they were focused more on his older brother that was into like soccer and like different sports. So it's very ironic to hear him be like, oh yeah, I always loved this shit, when he himself has like multiple videos of him talking mad shit on any type of sport because of how he was raised.
Thank you, because this is the perfect time to bring up a little bit of his background. Lay it on them so you can give them a taste of why a lot of this shit just doesn't make sense.
So he was raised in a household with like a narcissistic, abusive father and a mother that just kind of let it happen to like these children, unfortunately. And Tyler got the brunt of it. He is a trans man, so he was, you know, he grew up as a biological female in that household and was just put through the fucking ringer, made to feel lesser than. There were a lot of issues where, like, again, his brother ended up being into a lot more, like, I guess, socially norm activities, like fucking football and soccer and everything. So a lot of the money that they did have was put towards that. A lot of whatever like was left over, maybe he got the crumbs of, if that. It was just a lot of him being left on the back burner as a kid. And his dad left abruptly when he was in about high school, legitimately over owning a gun. He would have rather owned a gun than be with his children. Like, this is canon, according to Tyler. So he was just raised up in a very fucked up household. And now, am I saying that excuses all the weird parasocial behavior? No, but it does make sense as to why it's like he wants to fit into some form of community, or he wants to be accepted, or he wants to seek out love from people because he didn't get it in his household. Let's be so for real. Like, it's very obvious and it's very transparent, and that's why I think he wants to squish himself into all these boxes, because he wants to feel like he belongs somewhere, because he didn't feel like he belonged in his own household. But it is ironic as shit. Getting back to everything, it is ironic as shit to hear him saying that like he has such a big love for the soccer community and for like any sport in general, when he talks down on it so badly. And like, not only was he like abused by his father figure, but like he legitimately was like also bullied by his own brother. And like, his brother legit told him to like himself multiple times. He was just like a piece of shit human being. So it's just so ironic to hear that now all of a sudden he grew up with the love of the game, when it's like, that's not how you portrayed it though. And this came directly out of your mouth. So it's interesting how he constantly seems like he's moving the goalpost. Or like, when something no longer fits his narrative, he just completely nixes it and switches up. It's actually just wicked work.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments actually said that as of today, his GoFundMe is still up. So to be noted.
To be noted, it's been taken down and back.
Working on.
It is one that goes down and up and down and up. So I guess we're in an up phase of the GoFundMe. So good to note. Okay, so I wanted to jump back into where Wilbur plays a whole thing into this. So on top of him not only defending the Wilbur allegations, a lot of people wondered, well, where does this obsession with Wilbur really come from? Now, I have a really interesting video to show you all. And I'm sorry in advance.
I fear I know which one it is.
I fear you do. And I'm not going to preface it with anything other than I'm sorry in advance.
Yep.
My dear, one of my favorite bands might want a second vocalist, but I do know I am crazy enough to ask. So hi, Lovejoy. Do you want a second vocalist? My name is Tyler Salona. I'm 26 years old. I live in Texas, but I'm trying to move to England anyway. I'm a massive extrovert. I've been performing since I was 10, and in 2019, I was actually a semi-professional vocalist, but then had to spend almost 5 years getting my voice back after losing it completely because someone hit me with their car. Through the sheer force of audacious determination, I now have my voice back and my vocal stamina, which basically means that now that I can go back to music, not doing so makes everything else feel unfulfilling and sad. I figured I might as well shoot my shot. And I also play the trumpet, which is probably helpful. Anyway, here's Portrait of a Blank Slate. The whole thing. I hope you like it. I mean, you probably like it already, let's be honest. It is your song, but I also hope you like the parts that I'm gonna do. The singing part. You know. This is a long intro for TikTok, but we commit over here, so listen to it. It's amazing.
Just remember who you were before you heard this, guys.
I love this song. Shit.
Gotta turn it up, you know?
Girl, you came here.
I feel like I'm gonna do the Macarena. Anyway. He told me that much and now he's dead. Told me to kill my indulgences with a sharp blow to the temple. Pick up the phone, call and do everything he says. I could take a plastic camera. We could make such a pretty picture. Oh, so happy, oh, so happy. I'm pretty cool once you get to know me. I feel at some point I broke my mind. I'm always searching the silent type. How do you all make it look so easy? You open your hearts up so quickly it scares me. She's an artist, paints across my chest, goes to parties, act like hotel guests, wake up Monday, now it's over. Don't you know no one gets what they came here for? I could paint her, wrapped around her, we could make such a pretty picture. Oh so happy, oh so happy. I'm pretty cool once you get to know me. But I'm just the same. I've got a boring name. Across the world from when you wanted what you came here for. So
I'm not putting us through the whole video. Don't
Okay, see, now the thing, all right, look, the thing for me, right, is like, I'm trying, okay, so I've told y'all that, like, I like to sing, right? I took, like, years of, like, singing classes and, like, singing lessons, and, like, I've been in choir for fucking years of my life. I was in band, like, I grew up singing in the church, so, like, do I feel like I'm great? Absolutely not. But, like, I feel like my voice is, like, trained enough that, like, I can carry a decent tune. I feel like if he had actual, like, vocal lessons, he could, like, really, like, tune that and make that something really good. But,
it's just the way he bobbed his head for me.
It's the little, it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot of different things. But, like, that's the thing. He thinks he's already there.
Yeah,
like,
it's not even that bad.
Already...
It's just considering he's auditioning to be in a band that's already, like, doing semi-decent, and a band that's not looking for a second vote. Like, this just tells you, and let me show you more, okay? That wasn't just it. I just, you know, we had to get a little humor in there, because we've had some dark parts of this today. But now we get to the really funny stuff, okay?
but yeah, it's not like it's not. I've definitely heard worse, right? It's not bad. It's just not like, oh my god, this is spectacular. Get him signed today, immediately, right? Like,
Right.
there's definitely like he has a good basis and like foundation for his voice. He just really needs to like fine tune it. That's the biggest problem.
Big
But he,
Porky
like I
in
said,
the
he thinks he's
chat
already there.
said, "Brother, may I have some oats?" He does.
Smash that
resemble-
glass!
Here, let me quickly update the goal first. I did put a little sneak goal up while we were talking a bit. I made it 16 out of 100 members, and you glassholes will get to pick the next deep dive we do. So we'll put up like, we'll kind of like ask you guys on the next stream we do, or this one, depending on how soon we hit it and how long we end up going. We might go ever so slightly over 2 hours, because there is something I really want to show you after this. Because I got told about something that we're supposed to be interested in. It's not something we already talked about. That's why I was like, I'll text you what it is. But yeah,
Okay, yeah, I was gonna
apparently-
say you piqued my interest.
yeah, so I do want to watch that after we hit this. So if anything, we might run over maybe like 15-20 minutes, something like that, but not crazy too long today, guys.
We can do that now.
Yeah. But we should
But,
def hit this goal, y'all. That would be real cool if we could have you vote for the next deep dive we do. I keep switching between. I keep wanting to say Rose. Jersey has been killing it out of the park today with this deep dive, and I feel like you guys have mostly enjoyed this episode. Let us know with ones where. Actually, I'll just put a poll up. Are you guys even liking this deep dive?
I apologize if I seemed a little flustered or frustrated in the beginning. I just like. Cause like, okay, I'm the type of person, like, if I write something, I try to, like, verbatim, like, recite it back, and, like, sometimes it's just not the best for, like, the sake of, like, a deep dive, or the sake of, like, entertainment, so, like, I apologize if I seemed a little frustrated, but, like, I don't like change! That's the easiest way to explain it. But, yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I tried my best to, like I said, you can't really talk about Tyler without talking about Wilbur, and I didn't want to make it a Wilbur Soot deep dive, but, like, it's definitely something that's worth looking into, because then if not, it's just, this guy has this weird parasocial relationship with a random celebrity, and, like, you don't really know why it's so problematic, you know? Shrazamil said Rosie had a script and wanted to stick to it. I can relate. That's the thing. Like, it wasn't like, oh yeah, finite, this is exactly verbatim how we're gonna do it, but like, it's similar to what you're saying, Shrazamil. Like, I was just very excited, and like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I wrote that shit for like 4 hours. I made sure that I covered all my bases in there. But yeah, I'm proud of like how it's been turning out, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it just as much as I enjoyed researching.
Okay, so I put 4 options on this poll, and I want you guys to be as honest as possible. So I put, are we enjoying this deep dive? Yes, no, I like the deep dives, not this topic, or I like the topic, but not the deep dives. Like, maybe you like us talking about these random locales, but maybe you don't want it to be an entire episode. Maybe you want us to split it up a little bit more into other content. So answer honestly with this poll, because we really want to gauge where you guys are at with doing these deep dives. If it's not something you want, then maybe it's not something we do going forward.
Wait, is Lily Tino the crazy bitch?
Yes.
That like
with the cake pops at Disney?
Photoshop? Yeah, no, okay, no, I'm thinking of a different bitch then. Okay, wait, yes, Lily Tino is the trans woman that had all those crazy controversies with all the weird, which she did like the Miss Rachel cosplay and shit. It's just really weird. I think I'm thinking about a different, I know about her, but I'm also thinking about like a different person that like faked her entire career and like made it seem like she was getting all of these like modeling gigs and shit, and she was really just like photoshopping herself onto them.
No, that's not this person.
That was messy too.
We got Carly Sue with the cash cow for 3 months, who said, this is the best coverage I've seen on Mr. Catastrophe. You killed it, Rosie. Also, can I ask for Flushed Away to be added to the wheel? I fucking love Flushed Away, so abso-freaking-lutely.
I had the Game Boy Advance game of Flushed Away.
So did I.
Yeah.
We right here with it.
Mama, I probably still have it if I'm being so honest.
When we eventually, we gotta hit that.
Like, I know for a fact I still have my Game Boy Advance and my OG Nintendo DS. Like, 1000%. I just don't know if I have the games. I had some of them.
All right.
Yes, Lily Jean, guys. Lily Jean. That's the other woman. That's the woman that, like, I'm sorry. I just got so hyped because I saw Milky Baby. Ayo. I saw Milky Baby put it in the chat and I was like, yes, Lily Jean and Lily Tino. Both Lilies, both messy as fuck. Both very controversial.
Hell yeah. Okay, so remember, guys, where we left off in this? It was Wilbur talking about wanting to move to England, but it supposedly had nothing to do with Will Gold, who he said he never even had a crush on. It was just, you know, somebody he admired. So why would people even think that? Oh.
Gold since 2019 when I heard.
Oh, wait, what did he say in the beginning? Wait, let me play that back.
I have had a crush on Will Gold since 2019 when I heard him laugh in the background of someone else's video, and it felt like life itself leaned in to listen. Which is really inconvenient for me, because I am very much a one soul at a time kind of person, so once I develop a crush, virtually no one else stands a chance ever. And at the time, I had just broken off a terrible engagement to a guy who didn't even fucking like me. And since then, I have only briefly dated one other person, who was wonderful, but it didn't work out. And so in all of that time, regardless of how many people have tried and been interested in me, I have not been able to find the interest for any single one of them. Because I have a fucking crush on a guy I have interacted with once. And I don't even officially know his sexuality. That's a whole other thing. And I have tried. I have tried so hard to move on from this, to let it go, because I want so badly for it not to cross over into parasocial territory. But in like the 7 minutes that we spoke to each other, one, every time we made eye contact, I thought my heart was gonna fucking burst out of my chest and fly away. Two, I was so nervous that my head just shut off and my mouth had a mind of its own. And anyone who knows me and has ever met me knows that I don't get nervous about people. What the hell was that? Three, he somehow managed to make me want to write music again, something I have not done since my last band broke up in 2019 and I got hit by a car and couldn't sing anymore. And I can sing again now. It took several years, but I got it back because I'm amazing. But how dare you pull my spark back out from underneath the ashes I spent years burying it under because it hurt too much to think about. In like 2 sentences. It's rude. And 4, he failed to take a selfie with me because he was operating on like iPhone settings and I have an Android, and I accidentally called him adorable, and immediately wanted to swallow my fucking tongue. Because you don't flirt with people when they're working. That's rude. I paid to... I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. And my point is, it's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta pause really quickly, because remember that part that he says about flirt with people when they're working? You guys are probably like, holy shit, this weird, crazy parasocial stalker actually met up with Will Gold? Kind of. And we're gonna get into that as the next part of this, but I had to play this clip to get you to kind of see how crazy he talks about it, so that you can see what actually happened, and you're gonna be like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah. The way that he explains first hearing him, like, if it was, like, for somebody that, like, he actually knew, that's, like, almost poetic. Like, the way he was, like, I heard him laugh, and it was, like, the world leaned in to listen. Like, you would think, like, he's talking about, like, a partner or something.
Yes.
Mind you, during this time period, he had a fiance and a partner. So the whole narrative of, like, I can only ever, like, have feelings for one person at a time. The lie detector determined that's a lie. That's fucking weird to say, because you clearly were like imagine being Tyler Catastrophe's partners, and then even if it's past, and then hearing him say this, like, what the fuck? We were engaged, my guy. Then it's also like more than likely the way that you had to like look into this guy to begin with to even find out that like who was laughing in the background of somebody's video. Like it started off immediately obsessive.
It's not like
And,
he was
like-
even on camera. You heard a background
Right.
laugh and you're like, I must find this man.
That's what I'm saying. Like it gets really fucking weird. Like it crosses a line where it's like, baby, yeah, that is the definition of parasocial. And that's the thing, right? Being in the LCU, it's no secret. Like everyone calls us parasocial. But like parasociality is actually like not like being obsessed with this person that doesn't even know you exist. Which
Yeah.
I'm sure that he didn't like burn you into his memory from that 7-minute long interaction. So he pretty much virtually does not know you exist. That is the definition of parasocial. Like,
That
it's
part.
so obvious.
And there's more.
That I would like
What
to
are you
no
talking-
longer have to deal with. And all of this is made worse because I have been recognized at every single concert I've been to in the past year and a half, including 2 of his. And I've been on the Lovejoy Nation podcast twice. So no matter how many times I try to sweep this under the rug and move on with my life, there's always that little thing in the back of my head saying, there's a non-zero chance. Oh my god. So basically, the way I see it, I finally say fuck it. I make this video, I say it all out loud to the ether that is the internet. Worst case scenario, he sees it, he says, hey, not for me. I move on with my life, it's fine. I'm an adult, who cares? I'll take a no over uncertainty any day of the week. Neutral option, nothing happens. Oh well, I guess. Best case scenario, you know? Because honestly, it doesn't matter what I'm doing any day ever for the rest of my life. If he was like, hey, do you want to get dinner or something? I'd say yes. Obviously, I'm delusional. It's fine. But at this point, I'm just so over the not doing anything about the things that I want, you know? What's up with that? No one gets anywhere that way. So fuck it. I've said it out loud. What else is there to do at 9 p.m. on a... Is it Friday? I think it's Friday. Anyway. It is what it is, I guess. Okay.
And this is someone who has a thing I'd say. That's why I had to play the end, because everything you were saying before was absolutely cooking, and I wanted you to finish it up, but I needed you to have this as also your backup.
Like it's actually unhinged behavior. Because it's like, oh, yeah, I don't really expect anything to come out of this video unless, like, I don't really want anything to happen with B and Wilbur, or Will Gold as he calls him, because that's another level of parasociality that he's on. He calls him by his fucking legal name, which is Will Gold.
Remember when we told you earlier to remember that his friends who met him in person were calling that? He goes by Wilbert Soot on the internet. It is so weirdly parasocial to call him Will Gold as if you know him like that.
Like you met him before ever in a day in your life and like had more than like a 5-minute fucking conversations with this man tops, if that. It's actually so insane. Like imagine being like, yeah, I'm just putting the feelers out there. I don't really want anything with him, but who knows? And like it's one thing to have a crush on somebody. I mean, I have celebrity crushes. Hi, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
Hello. What's going on? How's 2 o'clock working for you?
It's going. We're doing a little deep dive right now.
Who are you doing a deep dive on?
Oh.
Tyler Catastrophe. I don't know
Yeah.
if you know who that is.
Who the fuck
He's
are
like
you?
the newest. He's like the newest lol cow.
Yeah, he's a lolcow over on TikTok. This guy's a mess. He's like parasocially obsessed with a guy who has abused his ex.
Really?
Yes.
How do you think that content's working out for you guys, eh? The reason why I say this is this, okay? Because Zay, you've been here a long time. We have a lot of shit going on in this universe, and I think the reason why everybody fucking promotes that fucking weird bitch over there, Yo Mama, is because he does all the LCU, right? So what better to bite him in the fucking crack of his ass if you guys start doing it too, and you guys do it at 2 o'clock.
I mean, there's already Reaper going on at the exact same time, who's literally just
Yeah, but
Reaper.
Reaper's only Reaper. I don't know, it's different coming from ladies. It really is. To be honest with you, I mean, I think nobody talked about how he's gonna buy a fucking face that costs $3,000 that looks like Fupa.
Our viewers just also don't want us to stick on like LCU stuff 24/7 because there was a time where we were doing that and like we were getting a lot of criticism from that. People started off with us doing like girl world stuff and like diving into like other lolcows that aren't in the universe. So like we veered away from that for like a while.
Well, that's why I asked you, because I don't know what works for everybody over here. But I mean, I'm just curious on how it's working out, because it seems like a lot of people are still trying to bite off the ALR, and you see how that's going for everybody, right?
I honestly don't watch most of the other shows anymore, to be real.
I know, that's the problem. We've all segregated, and it's sad because we all came together as one, right? And it was all this big.
Every single time I try to be cool with somebody, they keep doing some weird ass shit to me. So like, I'm done fucking with people.
Yeah, I don't blame you. They do it to me all the time. You know that. I don't give a fuck though. That's why I went back to doing videos on my channel. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go where I'm liked. You know, I'm not gonna stay there. But I was curious, Jersey. Somebody told me that you said something about I don't like criticism, so I figured I'd come and ask you. Do you really think I don't like criticism, or you think I just don't give a fuck about criticism?
I don't ever think I said that.
Oh, your mama played it. But it was something stupid. I mean, it was like I think it had something to do with the Batgirl situation and not being thankful for you guys running our show that day. I don't know if somebody added that clip in because I never heard you say it, but it was kind of weird to hear it back.
We specifically said you though were the one who did thank us and we're grateful for.
That's what I thought.
So I think he's playing that like out of context because that doesn't really make sense with what because we said it was Fupa and Batgirl we were angry at. We felt like you should be the only one paid for the episode.
Well, you know,
that's what I'm saying. In context with that, I don't remember me ever being like, "Oh, she doesn't like criticism," because I straight up said like, "You took your punishment on the chin, you're suspended, and you were still even in the chat." That's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't make.
I'm wondering if people are starting to change clips around because this happened before in my career, where they have taken clips and altered them and had them played them a different way, and it sounds a little bit different. I'm starting to wonder if that's what we got going on here, because I never heard you say it, so that's what I was like, "Why do I need to go address Jersey for?" And I said, I didn't hear her say that. So where the fuck did you get a clip like that? Or how did it get altered like that? I'm wondering.
I'm wondering if you took a part where you were talking about like Fupa and Batgirl and played it as if you were talking about Tina.
Yeah, because I know there was a day where you were in our chat and you said something along the lines of like, I don't tell you guys what to say or whatever, and even then, I don't think I said anything about criticism.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to fight. I'm not gonna play this game. Let's go ahead and fight because you don't like somebody. I don't join hate trains. I got my own opinions. I got my own fucking outlooks on how things work, right? So that's why I was weird. I was like, well, I didn't hear her say that. So how the fuck did you hear her say that?
Yeah, I gotta go back and even watch that and maybe try to contextualize that for myself because I really don't.
Well, it's kind of like the thing with me and Zay Zuda that night where they said we doxed somebody. I mean, I've been hearing about that ever since. It was never a dox. I mean, it's pretty self-apparent if it was a dox, Zay Zuda wouldn't be live right now. The channel would be gone. Right. So I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about, but that's why I figured I'd come and ask you guys because, I mean, let's face it, Zay Zuda don't give a fuck. She'll tell you what she thinks. Me and her pop forever. But I'm just done.
I'll tell you to your face if I don't fuck with you or I don't like something you did.
At Little Mel 82 super shattered $20. I'm late. I am gonna rewatch Crew. I hope you guys are having a good show.
Thank you, Little Mel. Appreciate you.
Well, because you see Gold right now is doing an interview with a guy who has 5 million views. It's ironic that they don't have nobody in there watching it. I don't get it. This man has 5 fucking million subscribers. Excuse me.
Oh, somebody said that's very valid. Thank you guys for saying that in the chat. Somebody said that maybe I was literally reading out either a dono or like a comment.
I do it all the time. I used to do that to say all the time just to be an asshole. I mean, her boyfriend used to
like that.
All the time.
That would make a lot more sense. Because I swear to God, like, I don't think I've ever said, like, I would own up to something that I said. I just don't think that ever came out of my mouth, specifically towards you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure that I come and talk to you guys face to face. I don't need no fucking birdie to go do it for me. So I've seen it. So I'm going to get back to your show. You guys have a good day. And thank you for telling me. But hey, you know what? I don't like criticism. But also I don't give a fuck either. Because people can critique you all day long. But I'm going to stand by my values. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Tina.
You too. Bye.
Chandon Yan with the 2 said, thanks for asking instead of jumping to conclusions. Yeah, that's why I respect Tina Whatchamacallit, Barely Functional said, oh wait, I think you did. I'm gonna look later, lol, I'm nosy now. Yeah, it might have been just like a comment we read out that, I think it was when that was happening, when she was like in the comments. I don't really know. We'll figure out when it was, because I'm curious to see when it was too. But anywho, let's keep cooking on this, because we're actually almost done with this deep dive, and I don't want to get too lost on track, because we didn't get... remember, the last place we left off, Tyler was saying that he, had at some point met Will Gold, and that, it was a interesting interaction. So let's see what that interaction was. Also, guys, just a quick reminder, we're only 26 out of 100 members for you guys to pick the deep dive. We'll probably still keep doing deep dives, but if you guys want to pick the person we do it on, like have it fan voted, that's the goal.
Last night, Mark recognized me and my roommate, which was fun. Love that guy. Also, sorry about the slide whistles, Mark. They'll be silly, it'll be fine. But there were also several other people from TikTok who recognized me, which is always fun. Love it when that happens. It's always at shows, and I love that for me. But they know about the audition video. They didn't ask me to join the band, but it's fine. They seem to be doing pretty okay without me, at least. Also, side note, the number of people who took that I'm so serious as I'm so serious, wild to me. Do you not hear my voice? Of course I didn't think they were going to actually want me to join the band. I was bored and views were low. The world was my oyster. Anyway. But I mentioned that video paid my electric bill, generally the most money I've ever made from a TikTok. And Mark's response was, damn, maybe I should audition for Lovejoy. But because Will's been more mobile on stage this tour, just like moving and bouncing and twirling around, I gave him one of those straps that like connects to the back of your head so your glasses don't fall off. Like, these might be helpful, but it will not hurt my feelings if they're not. But the look on this man...
Thank you so much, Barely Functional, who came in with the 10 Glasswell gifted members. That takes us to 36 out of 100. As soon as we're done with this clip, I will update that goal for y'all. Thank you so much, Barely Functional, and Loki, and River, who have all thrown 10 gifted today.
Seriously, I'm not gonna lie, some of those snipes are actually really diabolical. I don't even want to read them. They're just really fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know.
In space when he had to tell me that he actually broke his glasses, which I'm sorry I wasn't there several days before. This is totally on me. I'm so sorry. But Andy explained how they worked, and I usually wear contacts to shows, as I was last night. And Will was like, oh, you do shows. And there was a brief half second of crippling sadness because, no, not anymore. Because of the whole getting hit by a car thing. Soon, someday, I will not rest until I'm a musician again. But I mentioned my titanium ribs, and Mark's response was, well, at least next time you know you'll bounce right off. I mean, the goal is that there won't be a next time, but you never know. Thank you, Mark. And at this point in my life, I've seen hundreds of bands live. I'm friends with a lot of bands. I've met a lot of bands. And at some point, you realize there are some things that you really just can't fake. And Lovejoy is one of those bands that I genuinely have no issue standing by. And obviously, I've already made plenty of my opinions known at this point. But I work really hard to not say shit I don't mean, especially publicly on the internet. And there will be no retractions today. So here, have a picture. Also, Will is wonderful at selfies. Thank you for this. I always feel a little weird letting other people take the photo because I'm so used to specific angles of my face. Gee,
Objection! I thought you said that Wilbur didn't take a selfie with you to begin with. Like that, even like little inconsistencies like that, like it just makes everything you say seem inauthentic and fake and fucking phony as hell. Because how the fuck do you go from literally like you're reminiscing on like the time that you met him and it's like, yeah, and he's so good with selfies, like specifically selfies, not pictures, selfies, meaning he took the picture, which I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look like he took it, but whatever. He called it a selfie and then turns around and is like, yeah, and he didn't want to take a picture with me, almost like he's trying to get pity. Like, it's like, yeah, he didn't want to take the picture, but whatever, it's fine, he's perfect. Or like somebody like wants to support him in an effort to like, now this could be my tinfoil hat theory time, right? It's almost like they want, like he wants people to feel sorry that he didn't get that opportunity so that they give him another opportunity to do that. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I get
like
exactly
another
what you're
chance to like link up with him since it didn't happen the first time, even though we have clear proof it did.
Oh, but wait, because there's more.
Oh God, it makes me so sick.
We're almost done, y'all. Now, this part's really interesting.
This man adorable, and I nearly bit off my tongue. Because I've been crushing on this guy for clearly too fucking long. And I used to be an attractive woman, alright? Flirting with men, not hard. And here I am, standing right in front of him, channeling See You Again by Hannah fucking Montana. Looking everywhere but at him because he's working and I wear my heart on my fucking face. And I think I'm doing okay. I'm not flirting. I'm trying real hard. Because you don't flirt with people when they're working. They can't comfortably tell you to fuck off. That's not okay. He could have. I would have let him, but he doesn't know that. And he makes one tiny little silly mistake, hits the wrong button, it's fine. And he says something along the lines of, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm stupid. And what comes out of my fucking mouth? You're adorable. It's fine. Somebody put me down. Because listen, I can make a fool of myself. I can embarrass myself, no problem. I make videos on the internet for a living. It's fine, no one cares. But if I had made this man uncomfortable, I'm jumping. All right, I'm done. Take me out. That's it. And this happened.
So I gotta pause and just ask, like, so in your mind, knowing, so you claim in the video we watched right before this one that when you met Lovejoy, they saw your audition video. So knowing they've seen your audition video, they've seen the ways that you talk about Wilbur, I'm assuming, because people, they probably send it to each other in their little group chat and make fun of this.
LOL.
Do you not think that it makes them uncomfortable to make those videos constantly talking about how you have, like, excuse me, how you have this deep-seated crush on Wilbur, knowing that you don't know his sexuality, self-proclaimed in the same video while you talk about your deep-seated crush? You go into grave detail. It's not like you're just like, this is a little celebrity crush, because everybody has those. You go into absolute detail like you are in love with this man, and it has reached a point where it is creepy and uncomfortable. You are literally defending this man against allegations he owned up to himself.
Right, and that's the one thing too. I think that's where I was when Tina ended up popping up. It's like, it's one thing to have crushes, right? It's no secret a lot of people have celebrity crushes. I have a celebrity crush on this one artist that, like, I've been, like, following her music career for like 6-7 years 6-7 years now. But, like, I would never like, it's like once you start to, like, question, like, I wonder what their sexuality is, why does it matter to you?
And
if
you're
not planning on trying to be with them, why does it matter?
And you know that he is, because he put out that video talking about him being his crush and being like, okay, well, I have to put it out there because I need to get an answer of uncertainty. It shouldn't be uncertain. This is a celebrity. This is not someone you know in your personal life. You don't know if they're ever going to see that video. Why are you putting a video out there asking, like, it's like sending, like, a letter to a crush in a classroom. Type yes, or, like, fucking check yes if you want to go to the fucking prom with me. But you've never even spoke to the girl, so you just come off like one of those guys who's been staring at her from afar because you don't even run the lap in gym class, and you're just sitting there with binoculars at fucking lunch, and you fucking wait outside the fucking bathroom, okay? That's what this comes off as.
And even even this video itself is deceptive, because you're trying to make it seem like you just walked into, like, a coffee shop, and you're just, like, looking at somebody from afar and shit, and then it turns out that you're talking about Wilbur fucking Soot.
And that you went and paid for one of 2,000 meet and greet tickets to his concert, and they're acting like this was, like, a personal affair.
Like, or it was like, you know, he's acting like it was a meet cute. Like, it was just like a Wattpad meet cute. Like, the stars aligned perfectly one day, and I walked in, and there he was. Like, it's literally the same. This is why, like, so many, like, girl world girlies and, like, locals, they all share this thing in common where they have, like, this because we're just talking about this with Quirky. It's like this unrealistic expectation that you put on, like, love, and, like, how you think that, like, everything is just gonna play out like a movie. Like, you don't
like
live
a
in reality.
Romance.
Yeah, it's like a whole different level of delusion, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, to a degree, look, delusion is not the worst thing in the world, because you could be delusional enough that you think that you'll be this level of successful, and then you put yourself and you have the drive to do it. But when we're talking about, like, romances, especially with celebrities, baby, the chances of that happening are slim to none.
Yeah, so putting out this video being like, I need this, like, clarity, as if this was like a crush you had in high school. Like, there's nothing else I could equate it to. It's like you're treating it like it's a long lost love, like it's somebody you always wanted to let them know how you felt about them. But you're never gonna like really meet this person outside of you being a fan. And this is a real example of a serious parasocial relationship. And there's a little bit more to this video, so let me keep playing it out.
Happened like a week ago. I've been thinking about this for days. Who allowed this? I am 26 years old. Why is having a crush right now so embarrassing? Never in my life have I been so verbally lost in front of a guy. Clearly there is no coming back from this. I'll be thinking about this forever, probably. I would say pray for me, but I think we all know I'm a lost cause at this point. Okay, love you, bye.
This man looked at me like he wanted me to look at him, and I'm
done. I'm done. I drew my line. I drew my line right there. My line in the sand. Now, there's more tiny like bits and pieces of things we could get into that we've mentioned here and there. But I think we've kind of hit like a general gist. But the last thing that I need to show you guys to leave us off for Tyler Catastrophe today is this funny little video that might not have been seen by a lot of people. But this one was posted the day before. Remember the video that I said was in March of this year about him talking about going to England? This is what he posted the day before. And you can see this is from his actual page.
Been following me for a while. Chances are you actually know who I am and you don't need to hear this. But for the new people, I have posted thousands of videos over the past, 7 years? About myself, about my work, about the things that I believe in. And sometimes that means saying shit that other people disagree with. And right now, Twitter wants you absolutely obsessed with misinterpreting less than 10 of them. And the thing about trying to tell people who someone is that doesn't really hold up when that person has been showing you who they are for 7 years. And all of those people who want to see you frothing at the mouth, sending hate comments and death threats, do not know who I am. And they certainly haven't seen enough of me to know. I put beads on a string for a living and I talk to my phone, and I have never been anything but kind, respectful, and compassionate. A little bit sassy now and then, but who isn't? Look at any of my other videos, look at how I interact with people in the comments, because if there's one thing staying completely consistent, it's that I'm not horrible. You can disagree with me, you can not like me, you can believe whatever you want to believe about me, but I will not believe it for you. I stand by what I said because I know I'm coming from a place of integrity and experience. The only person I'm obsessed with is me because I'm amazing. And sitting here expecting me to bend, to pretend to be someone I'm not just so that you can justify the way you're treating me, is simply not how I do things. So whether you're here about a video about a crush that I exaggerated for entertainment purposes, or from a 2-year-old video where I encourage people to think for themselves and consider that there's a lot of information they don't know, in a situation where the worst accusation was biting, and the person doing the accusing said herself it was consensual, because I personally believe that that's something that someone can learn from and grow from, and be better from in the future, the only thing I have to say is that it's okay to disagree with me. It's okay to think I'm wrong. It's okay to think I'm weird because we don't agree. But if that handful of videos is all you have ever seen from me, and the only thing you've ever actually cared to see, you do not know me. You do not know who I am, you do not know what I stand for, and you do not get to decide what is true about me. If you would like to see more, I encourage you to do so. I have a lot to offer. But if you cannot reciprocate my kindness and respect, then you don't deserve to have access to me. And that's just how it is. So I will be returning to my regularly scheduled content because I love my job and I love my people. And however obsessed Twitter wants you to think I am, just know they are so much more. Oh my god. Anyway, it's like midnight and I need to turn the heater off. It is so hot in here. I'm gonna go do something else. Okay, love you, bye. And to everyone who actually follows me and wants to see me win and actually knows who I am as a person, words cannot say how much I appreciate you. Y'all are getting me through this, but I promise this too shall pass. They really can't say anything I haven't heard before. It's been a long life. And follow me.
If you don't want people to have access to you, get off the internet. There, we could start there. We could also talk about, hi! Yeah, this man went to the extent of literally telling people that, completely false by the way, that fucking Shelby has had false allegations that she's put on her partners in the past. Like this this is deeper than rap. This is deeper than rap. Like, this man literally drove this bitch's name through the fucking, and I don't mean to call her a bitch, y'all know how I talk, through this woman through the mud. Like, her completely slandered her name. And then it's like, guys, just give everyone a chance. But you didn't give her a chance. Quite the contrary. You completely shitted on her for your weird fucking parasocial crush that you think is one day gonna come to fruition, and y'all are gonna be walking down the aisle hand in fucking hand, you absolute fucking weirdo. Like, it drives me fucking insane. This is coming from the same guy that said that he was a direct descendant of Edgar Allan Poe, who famously had no children. Oh. I'm sorry, I just needed a moment. I just needed a moment to get it out there. Because this man is like, hi, milkshake. Hi, little mama. Yeah, no. This dude is fucking insane. This dude is crazy. Yeah, you guys heard me correctly. He's claimed to be a descendant of multiple different fucking, like, famous people throughout history, but one that like really stuck out to me because I used to love Edgar Allan Poe was that he claims to be a direct fucking descendant of Edgar Allan Poe, who had no children. So what immaculate conception bullshit are you trying to spin here?
And on top of that, don't even forget, like, the indigenous claims on top of that. And the reason that he claims he's indigenous, he says, is because he's from Oklahoma, which is the most indigenous state. And then has other videos claiming, well, I'm not indigenous. I just, I learned how to do beadwork from indigenous people, but I'm never trying to portray my beadwork as indigenous because that would be disrespectful. And has a whole video on that. That's what I talk about when this guy is just like a controversial hypocrite. But we got Logie Bear with the 2 who said shitted on. And we got Danny Midnight with the 99 cent little heart, Little Mel with the 1.49 hot dog. And I think we're all caught up. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support today. And I felt, you see why that video is the perfect one to end on?
Yeah, because it's just like, it's literally like, it gives, somebody said this in the chat too, it gives a vibe of like, guys, it was all just a troll.
That is like, literally, yep.
Like, I don't expect you guys to know anything about me other than what I put out there, because I'm only putting out certain things of myself on the internet, and I want you to blindly believe those things. But I don't want you to believe those things, because it's not actually the real me. Like, you're a walking contradiction. Nothing you say keeps consistency. Like, hello? It's actually fucking insane work to me.
Really quickly, let me full screen you because I gotta go run and pee. I'll be right back.
Go piss girl, go piss girl. But yeah, overall, this guy is a fucking creep. He like genuinely thinks like, I saw some people asking if he writes fan fiction. If you ask him, no, he doesn't. People write fan fiction and insert him in it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, on what, your fucking sock account? Like, be so fucking for real. But he's just very weird. He's just very weird. Like, I don't understand. Say hello to Shadowheart, guys. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I just don't understand how you can be this level of delusional and support, like, blindly support somebody that has, like, objectively fucked somebody's life up. Like, abuse is abuse is abuse is abuse. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be, like, the archaic fucking like, views of abuse that you guys think. Like, it's fucked up. Like, no matter what, if you were hurt, it doesn't even have to be physical. If you were hurt emotionally, if you were hurt verbally, like, that's abuse. Like, it's fucked up. So yeah, I overall just I got sick to my stomach reviewing all the clips from this guy. I did about 10 hours of research, and the more that I learned, the less that I liked, because I was like, oh good god. the victim blaming, the blindly taking sides, making it seem like, oh, she wasn't even abused. It was consensual, as if consent can't be taken away just as much as it can be given. Like it's just and that's just like the bigger parts. There's so many smaller parts of him that just don't make any sense either. Like I said, all the inconsistencies with his childhood, all the inconsistencies with like the fucking indigenous shit. Like it's exactly what Zay was saying. Like he wants to put himself in these boxes so that he can like hit like sympathy and empathy from every like corner of the internet. That's the only way I can explain it. It's just so foul. It's so foul.
What was I going to? Oh, check your tax. Also, just a quick reminder, we are 36 out of 100 members. Hopefully we can try to get a little bit closer to this goal, and then maybe we'll run this one the next time we do a deep dive anyways, and just continue the members that we got today. But thank you to all of you guys who threw down some support on us. But we still got one last thing to react to. I was kind of teasing it before. We're gonna hit that shit now, and that'll be the last thing we do for today's episode. I think we decided we're doing our members only tomorrow. We haven't decided what time yet, but once we do, I'll either do it as a community post or do it as a shout out during tomorrow's stream.
Yeah, 1000%.
So this comes from one of my personal favorite gorlworld channels, the Gulags.
Oh, I do love me some Ren over on the Gulags.
Yeah, she did a 10-minute little video on one of the things that we had mentioned today. Right.
What is this?
So let's go ahead and check this out.
Uh-oh. What the hell happened to Christina's hair? Yo, I haven't been keeping up to date because what the fuck is this?
We got Fix Off, Fix On with the One Glass Hole gifted membership to Sniped Renee. Love all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That takes us to a 37 out of 100.
I would never manipulate somebody like friend to friend. That's crazy. I don't know why someone would do that. But we need to get a cookie. You ready to eat a cookie?
I'm good at this.
Wait, why did I hear
our little rap? Yup.
Right,
They still be playing
right.
that shit. And we got
That's
Chandanian
insane.
with the One Glass Hole gifted who sniped Deshauna Baker. Thank you so much.
But I thought if it was in the LCU, they can't do that. Or am I tweaking? Because it's not copyright.
Well, it looks like the Degrassi cosplay is over because Amberlynn is now officially kicked out of Ron's Discord server after being set up to be made a fool once again. I was 100% right. She was 100% being milked. This was all an elaborate plan to make Amberlynn look like a fool for apparently insulting a dead friend of theirs. At least that's the current narrative that's being spun as I'm recording this.
A lot to unpack in the beginning, but let me quickly shout out Little Mel with the One Glass Hole gifted. We got Shraza Mill who just welcomed themselves to Cash Cow. Thank you so much for the upgrade. Remember, you can now hang out with us for movie nights, you can hang out with us for book club, and you can join us for any game nights we do, which is pretty much every night.
Fuck yeah. What the fuck? I'm sorry. It's just giving cope. It's just giving Copiana.
Yeah, so I just want to say, so they're portraying, so you're about to see the whole situation that happens here, but they're kind of portraying this as if it was their entire elaborate scheme to do this and to get her kicked out of the LCU. No, it wasn't. It was not an elaborate scheme. They just got wrapped up in wanting the fucking clout, so now they're trying to save face and they're like gay-opping after the fact, the same way they tried to gay-op us. They're just gay-oppers.
Yeah. Cause it's like, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. They could have thrown her under the bus the moment that, like, for instance, the whole AI fucking glass bullshit, right?
They could have outed it then and didn't because they didn't actually care about getting her kicked out of the LCU. Damn right. Fuck yeah. Sorry.
No, 1000%. Like, Amber was throwing her, pretty much, throwing her directly under the bus, right? And was like, yeah, like, it was all Christina. And, like, Christina was like, I don't care what she says about me because that's my friend. bitch.
Yeah.
That was, I'm sorry. If I didn't fuck with somebody and they're actively trying to get me kicked out and my goal was to get them kicked out, I would have instantly been like, actually, bitch, let me lay it all out there for you. But like, that's not the case. Because I don't even think they were like friends with her, but like they like saw her as their cash cow. So they wanted to keep her in, they wanted to keep her
in the
themselves in her good graces.
Yeah, whether it was buddy trolling or not, there's still an aspect of buddy there where you guys were benefiting off of her as well, like little leeches. We also got Fix Off, Fix On. Welcome to Cash Cow. Welcome to the most active VC in the Discord.
Hell yeah.
I am not gonna lie, this live stream by Thick Gemini was wild. He plays the cookie crumble video. It's edited, but it's definitely the cookie crumble video, and I didn't even bother to screen record it. I don't want to be a part of any of it. There was also a lot of weirdness in the chat from obvious babies and probably Amber on one of her many alt accounts, because there was a lot of like attempts at soft doxing, like stuff that's not doxing, but it's definitely being used to scare people in response to this upcoming leaked Discord call. It was weird. This whole thing is extremely messy and sloppy, and Amberlynn, you need to be doing something better with your...
I want to pause and also say that's such a good point from the gulags, because literally if they wanted to like not associate her like with her, be done with her and all that because of all this like fucked up shit that she did, they know how crazy it gets like getting wrapped up in that shit. They would never have like done this whole like side server, but it just trying to act like, oh, it was always this plan to opt from the inside when it clearly wasn't that until maybe recently. Like, I don't know, it's just stupid and trying to like save face with the audience because he knows it ain't gonna work with the ant babies.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on.
Time, because obviously this isn't it.
Okay, we're gonna watch Amberlynn getting played like a fucking fiddle last night in the VC. Amber, I don't know if you're too stupid to realize, but this entire time, nobody was on your side and nobody liked you.
I'm sorry, who the fuck is Dr. Evil in the corner? This motherfucker is the definition of an egghead. Humpty Dumpty head ass. What the fuck is... I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry for that man, but if I saw that man on the street, I would walk right past.
Dude, I've never seen a head built like an oval and like, bro, he got the shiniest I'm so sorry. This is not me. I don't know who this is. You're probably hanging out with these people because you're not that great yourself. But Lord, your head is shiny. Sorry, man. That really fucking blew me the second I saw it. Wow. Uncle Fester in a bitch.
Ron was playing your ass like a fiddle.
The costumes did make me laugh.
Amber, we was never your friend since you talk shit about... We was never on your side. We got you fired from the LCU, bitch. That was all part of the plan. To get her out of the LCU.
He sounds like Nikocado Avocado, always one step ahead. Like, no. I'm so sick of these Neville Papperman head-ass bitches with the rue the day shit. No, you don't come off like this fucking evil villain. It comes off so fucking cringe. Because if you remember the episode of iCarly I'm talking about, when they found Neville Papperman, he was sitting locked in a room with a bunch of monitors in front of him looking up like this at the computer, like, you'll rue the day, okay? This is literally them in their fucking setup, like, staring at the computer. You're not gonna do shit, bitch. None of you actually do anything to affect these people.
Also, the whole thing, yeah, I mean, let's be so for real, right? Their videos get, like their lives and shit peak at like maybe 1K views. Like fucking Apathetic or like Gulags, they're getting like tens of thousands more views at a time. Like 100,000 views on a video. Like
but
no one is going to be
doing
paying
this
attention
shit
to you directly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying like no one is going to your channel off of this directly. Like you're not doing anything constructive at all with this. And like, not for nothing, the whole fucking, I understand that like Ren's like, oh yeah, those are cute costumes. For how many, like what, the fourth time that they've dressed up as Amber? Right. You're making it seem like you're a little bit obsessed. Like.
Right. They have that's the real tea, is that they will keep talking about these topics for months on end, and the only reason we're talking about it is for the slightly interesting things that were released here, but it's not even that interesting. I more so wanted to put out that these people are frauds.
Just stomp her ass out for everything. I was never your friend, Amber. I
Never.
don't like the bitch,
Never did.
but she fell for everything. You got her fat ass out.
I mean, Amberlynn was definitely gonna fall for anything you threw at her, but I don't necessarily believe this was all one big scheme to get her kicked out of the LCU to ruin her life over Amberlynn insulting somebody. But I definitely appreciate the creative storyline.
Right, that part, Gulags.
All right, this is Big Baby Bitch when she got set up and ambushed last night.
Not want to be in the recording, better leave now or forever hold your goddamn video claims. Okay, good. Christina, you have my permission?
Give me the rundown. Give me the rundown. Hold on, quick. Give me a rundown.
Listen, listen. So I don't want to be the one to say Amber had to go or anything, so I said, let the community decide.
He said, is the recording gonna have names? Lol, should I change my name?
Change your name if you don't want your name. Change your name. Let Christina have her moment, so go for it. And, and I also gave permission to record.
Oh my god, Amberlynn has been voted out like a Survivor episode. The community has spoken. You are no longer welcomed in this Discord server.
Listen.
This is like so. Thank you, thank you, because common sense here. Like it's such a bad reality TV scripted storyline that it comes off way too fucking obvious to like anybody watching this shit. Oh, we voted her off because of this, and that. So when the Babies were doing the same like doxing type shit, soft doxing type shit before, and y'all were turning a blind eye to it, and it was all cool and all fine, but now because it was all this elaborate scheme, because months and months ago she made fun of your dead friend, which, was that even her? Are you getting it twisted? Because I strictly remembered that was a cash thumbnail and had nothing to do with her.
Not only that, but Rosebud said it best in the chat and said, real talk, if they were trying to get her fired, like, why would they also get themselves fired?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's such a crazy copium that we're seeing here, but I like that this is such a good like way of putting it together. So once again, huge shout out to the Gulags for this video.
Hell yeah.
Here, you bitch, okay? You're fucking done. Tomorrow will be over for you. It is Awareness Month, bitch, and I'm taking you the down. Just so you know, so you might want to tune the in, you.
Click it.
What are you talking about?
You're done here, bitch. This is your last day here. Do you have any last fucking words?
Ron, can you explain to me what's happening?
You're a fucking cult leader, okay?
Everybody's
You
voted for
fucking
you to leave.
you allowed people to fucking harm that victim, okay? And then you manipulated the victim to think that she fucking did something wrong.
I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
Why are they also like acting like they're in it? Like, first off, yeah, thank you, Gulags. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about. Thank you for the goddamn explanation of what victim you're talking about. But from what I was able to assume from watching multiple videos on this morning is that it has something to do with somebody getting like soft docs or something along those lines. Regardless of that, these are the same people who were making gay ops on us to try to get our jobs taken away from us. Like, you're not victims, and now you're trying to act like you're so above the same bullshit that you guys were perpetuating when you were here. This doesn't work. Like, it just comes off so loserish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's very obvious that, like, you guys got caught up in some bullshit, got fucking excommunicated from the LCU, and, like, are trying to spin it as, like, no, we didn't get fired, we quit, actually. Because this is all part of the grand scheme of things.
Dude,
like, girl, be
fix
some
off,
fucking
fix
girl.
on, thank you. Cult leader ALR, you'll rue the day! Like, I can't take this shit seriously. I'm so sick of these fucking evil villains, bro. Like, Syndrome from The Incredibles. When he fucking meets up with the fucking dad from The Incredibles and he's like, you know, I just idolized you so much I looked up to you, but you spited me, and now I'm Syndrome. Christina.
I'm saying, like,
we got
you
Big
guys
Gemini
have
as
to-
Neville, Christina as Syndrome. Teamed up together to make a channel and it comes off terrible. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Like, you guys have to be intelligent to understand, like, or not to understand, but to, like plot out something that fucking like convoluted and shit. Like there's no way in hell that you guys were like, yes, let's plot this out 2 months in advance and everything is gonna go according to plan. No, you fucked up. You threatened another YouTuber's fucking life, which is apparently now why, like, the real reason why Hero got demonetized to begin with. Because if you notice, it's not really Bus, and it wasn't Bus, even when they still had the clips of ALR up. So like, it's like you fucked up. You got yourself booted here, and now you're trying to make, like I said, you're just trying to make it seem like you're evil fucking masterminds. Like, yes, this is all falling together like part of my big plan.
1 million members.
1 million members.
I can't.
It's so fucking goofy. Also, I now have to pee.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
and
keep playing this while you run.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'll watch it on my phone.
Yeah, no biggie.
Sorry, Rachel. I'm
here.
gonna be watching it on my phone.
I know they're gonna confront her over talking ill about whoever that dead
Hey,
woman
guys.
is that I have.
What's up, Kalo?
I was just coming in here to say I hope you guys aren't mad at me for yesterday. I wanted to apologize if so. I just got asked to do something and I just did it. So I didn't know what the thing was for it.
Okay, at first I was like, yeah, that makes sense, right? Because your mama is known to do that. But then why would you message us before you went up and apologize preemptively?
Because I heard
it was about us.
Because I heard what it was when he mentioned it, and that's why I'm like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? And that's why I messaged you.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I just don't want any hate or anything towards you guys. I appreciate you guys. I just was like, he asked me to do a parody with him, and I'm like, okay, what are we doing? And he just said, do the Mike Jones verse, and I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then I did it, and I'm like, and then he's like, oh, we're dropping a music video on the Glass Girls. I'm like, what? I'm cool with them. What the fuck? I'm like, I'm already in this deep enough. I might as well just get it done and over with.
Okay.
So, but I wanted to come up here and apologize, so that's what I'm doing.
But coming from your mama, who has literally worked with a Voldemort on like music and shit, my first thing would have been like, "What is this for?" Because there's always an ulterior motive with that man.
Yeah,
like,
see, I did.
Shoulda, but
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is I like I don't really get into drama much or anything, so that's why I'm like hey, I just am helping out the shows, getting my face out there, and I'm just like wasn't thinking anything of it, so that's why I'm just like okay, I'm just gonna do this because it's a big show and I can get my face out there, but I didn't know what it was about until like he said like, oh, we're dropping it on the Glass. I'm like, what the fuck? They just helped me. I don't feel comfortable doing this. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize now because I'm like, I'm already in the weeds.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go back to the rest of your show. I just wanted to come up here and apologize and explain myself. So I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.
All right, let's continue.
I'm covered up that I'm not gonna show because like I said, I'm not getting involved in any of the mess stuff. I want to talk shit about the talking shit. That's about it. Nobody is privacy striking me based on their own mood swing. And Christina started saying some wild stuff and throwing some serious allegations at Amber Lynn concerning her and her Discord buddies. This has really all just gotten so out of hand. Like everyone is too involved in each other's lives, and I say that as a reaction channel.
Okay? You're a fucking scumbag, a loser, a piece of shit, and you deserve everything that's coming for you.
Doesn't make any sense. That's why
How
I
does
should
it
left.
not make any sense?
I have
You
no idea.
you all allowed them to do that to her. Okay? Whether you fucking physically said the words, you're in charge of that fucking bitch, right? What kind of fucking cult you're fucking supplying over there?
What about when you repeatedly tell me to myself?
Shut the hell up, Biggie Bat.
It's just so hard to take this seriously because notice how the energy is like ramped up now, but it wasn't like that before. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes back to like what we were saying before, where it feels like everything just like switched up now, and it's like, okay, cool.
Back, bitch.
All right, so apparently Amber Lynn's babies are harassing someone new again, and this is part of the confrontation that is taking place between her and Christina right now. Look, I'm at the place with Amber right now where I don't know what is real and what isn't anymore, but what I do know is this is absolutely embarrassing.
You're a fucking loser.
Where the fuck did she go?
She ran.
She can't handle the heat. She better get back in here so we can tell her that she got voted off the island. She back.
Hello? Hello?
Can you explain to me what the is going on? But the actual human being is telling you that I didn't do shit.
You did do something. I heard it. I heard you say, well, I love Barry and I love, so I don't know.
I'm not allowed to
getting
love
involved.
more than
That
one
was
person.
Enough. That was enough.
I'm not
for me
allowed
to know
to
that you are
love
over
one
there
person.
and all those girls out. Shut your mouth up. You've been voted off the
Oh my
island,
God, let Ron talk.
Right, but anyway, all right. So I got a message, and it was like spiritual, and it was from, and she said, "Bitch, you should have never ran your mouth." So bye.
On what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like, bro, like, they just, even when they're, like, putting this recording out, it's like, well, what does this prove? What did this show? Other than you guys, like, trying to prove your evil villain story. It just comes off so weird and performative after the fact. Just like you're trying to save your own ass. Like, how would anyone take that?
There was a vote. They made a vote. They made a poll. They
And we voted you the fuck
90% said
out.
to get Amber off the server.
Okay, Ron, like, stop acting
gone.
fake then and acting like you're my friend and you're sticking up for me and then you're constantly
Honey, listen. I'm a psycho petty bitch. I was never your friend. This was all evil. Man.
This is really giving Carrie vibes now. Amber Lynn, they're all laughing at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all laughing at you.
Yeah, that part. No, that's like, that's so perfect because that literally feels like exactly what I'm watching right now. It's like, okay, well, we're now, it went from, here's the gay up, here's the reveal, we're kicking you off the island, to now we're all pointing, laughing, we're all bullying you. Like, this is just so, so childish.
To her server now. She's gonna go cry.
He really said, bitch, I was never your friend.
Sounds like high school girls gossiping.
All right, I hope someone recorded that shit. Probably last time we're gonna get some content.
Don't go back in that Discord server, Amberlyn. My God, I can't believe you fell for it again. You would have thought you would have learned your lesson with Alexis, but no, you keep setting yourself up to just get exposed time and time again. You literally were getting spammed with emergency calls to go in there. You get in there and this is what you received. She's down bad, folks. She is down.
But here's the thing, I feel like to some extent Amber's also not stupid. She knew it was going to turn into this thing where she has not been the main girl who's been talked about in gorlworld. It's clearly been quirky for the past like week, 2 weeks, right? So I feel like because of that, she knew that this audio getting leaked the way it did was going to get her to be talked about again. So to some way it still benefits her.
So bad. This next clip is explaining the beef as to why Ron set her up.
So, was an amazing person. She passed away. She was a very, very, very dear friend to me, Ron, Chumba. She was very popular because she was a big girl. Matter of fact, she was on My 600 Pound Life, and she could drop it like it was hot. And Amber has a tendency of running her mouth about her and getting other people involved who have apologized, by the way. Otherwise, I wouldn't be up here.
It was you too.
I didn't talk about.
Can they just stay on a topic and like explain it like properly without this like hoopla all in between? God. Now I get it when people be saying we do too much hoopla all in between. This is annoying to watch. I'm done with the hoopla.
Louder.
You said a few things, but you apologized. You
and
apologized.
Amber tried to say she told Ron it was all my idea.
Yeah, she tried blaming it all on Gemini, and it was not Gemini, and we know that. Because Gemini would not do that to Ron, no matter how much he hated Ron at the time. So, but yeah, so she has said a lot of hateful things, and it has triggered.
No. This is why these bitches should not be streamers. Here's a simple fucking answer. You're explaining a story and you're using half of the people's names, and for the other half of the people, you keep saying she, her. Why not just say, Amber said this, this person said this, Ron said this, Christina said this. Why do you keep saying she, her? This is so impossible for anybody to try to keep up with whatever this bitch is saying. She's like twisting and turning this shit like a roller coaster.
Both me and Ron, and that's why we came up with this scheme. And now she's gone.
Bye, Amber.
And this is what you get for sitting all day in Discord calls, Amber. I mean, I don't really know exactly what any of this is, other than if this is true, then it looks like Amberlynn lost another possible showrunner. I'm surprised not one of the Am babies has stepped up to learn OBS so they can be a showrunner for her. But I guess that would mean less time for them to dox her enemies, allegedly in a Discord server, I heard one time on Reddit. Well, this concludes our cosplay of Degrassi High. Until next time, I am Rin and this is the Gulags. I will see you on the next upload.
God, thank you again to the Gulags, Rin over at the Gulags, for that amazing content. We always appreciate being able to watch your retellings of things, because you put it so clear and concise, and I feel like I never agree with somebody more than I agree with Rin. So, to be noted.
Sorry, I missed like the whole segment. I wasn't pooping.
No,
guys. I
to
had
be
sit
honest,
through
at the
viral.
very end there, it made no fucking sense anyways, because they just kept like looping on things, and like the story they were explaining made no fucking sense. But I'm just gonna be real. This whole gay-opping to try to like get whatever out of Amber is just so like lame and pathetic to me. Like, who cares?
I'm saying,
Like,
it's
if you truly hate her the way they claim they do, then why don't they move on? All these people that truly claim they hate Amber, but then keep trying to involve themselves with like buddy trolling and like gay-opping her, I'm like, you're just obsessed. You're just a fan at that point.
I've seen a lot of motherfuckers just in the time that like I've been here. I've seen motherfuckers go from like saying that they can't stand Amber to like low-key apologizing to her behind the scenes and fucking being messy as hell, trying to play both sides of like a coin. Like it's weird behavior. It's like they don't want to be accused of touching the poo, but they want to touch the poo.
At Deb's Politics Super Shattered $10. Tom has tea, bring him on please.
I don't think he's in the server, but he can come on if he wants to.
Answer me.
No, you didn't talk over anything.
I was scared. That's because I saw it pop up, but I know it's on a delay, and I was like,
It was a short one, so in my head I was like, you'll be fine.
I never know, man. Oh, that's a good question. Who should we redirect to?
Yeah, I just put the poll up for that. So go ahead and vote on the poll, guys. The redirect is going to be sent over to either Cracked or Queens. Go ahead and pick on the poll. But we have finished today's deep dive. We hit that little clip that we wanted to watch. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yeah, seriously, thank you. Hopefully y'all enjoyed today's deep dive. Hopefully you guys kind of can see where we're trying to take the channel back and like put it in the right direction again of how it was originally when we first started out. So
Here, I'll give it like a few minutes just so we have some more votes on this poll. We could pretty much end ourselves right off at 4:30 and have gone 30 minutes extra. Wanted to say big thank you again to everybody who hit the cash cow today or hit the ban world today. Really appreciate you.
thank you for everyone who gifted. Thank you for everyone who donated. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Seriously. And yeah, this has just been a grind to get back to where we want to be at. Just not even on the leaderboard or nothing like that, but just content wise and like where we want the channel to be back at. Because I feel like we got a little jaded with the LCU shit for quite a while.
Yeah, Fat Camp gave everybody like Fat Camp fatigue.
Yeah. For real, for real. Which me included. It got to a point, and then it was like the same fucking 2 looping topics, and it was like, ah!
You reminded me of that one of my favorite gifs of the cat crashing out, the like little fluffy white cat. And it's like, ah.
That's how I felt.
Very relatable. Jace Fatal or Jace Fatal said, I had to watch that singing video again, like I miss who I was before that. Honestly, real.
Yeah. I told y'all. I was like, fair warning, remember who you were as people.
Sorry, I keep getting fucking spam called right now, and it's really annoying if you guys keep seeing me look down at my phone.
No, you're good. I've had to block so many numbers recently. It's become problematic. I don't know where my phone number went or like
it's like
to
1-800 numbers. Like fuck off.
I'm saying.
I don't want your toll free call.
And like I don't want to like there's that thing where you can turn it on where you don't get spam calls, but like you don't get any calls from anybody unknown. And like there are times where like my friends will call me on the off chance of like them getting a new number or something, and I'm like, what if that's the one time I don't get the call? Or what if somebody's calling me? I get real bad like worst case scenario syndrome in my head, so I'm like, what if my friend is stuck on the side of the road and their phone is dead and they need my help somehow, and they call me from a number that's not theirs, and now it goes poof right out into the ether and I don't even get it. That's fucked.
Tell them.
My brain is constantly in worst case scenario mode. I can't help it.
That's fair, because I get like bad paranoia. Also, guys, there's currently 78 votes on this poll. It's pretty close. Like I said, we're gonna be ending in the next like 4 minutes, so vote it up wherever you guys want to be sent to. Like S1K said, Crack could use the redirect. Queens already has a high amount of viewers, but if you guys rather watch the Queens content, I'll send you wherever you rather go.
Look at the little princess. She came to say goodbye to everybody.
Hopey Wopey Bear, give her a little forehead kiss for me.
I'm gonna stain her if I do.
Oh, also, as far as our members only goes, guys, we will probably be hitting that one tomorrow because we have a fun episode planned for tomorrow, and then we could probably like sit down, do like more serious drama kind of content during the members only. So if there's anything,
also I could be tweaking because I don't think it includes this like episode until we finish it. But I think tomorrow is our 100th video.
Oh, tomorrow's our 100th episode, everybody. So we'll be having a little 100th episode.
At Kalodi no super shattered $10. I truly am sorry, and I posted a public apology in the Discord as well.
Man, it's cool. Like I said, it's all good. It's really not that serious to me. I just don't know how to react to things like that. I'm just like, you're good. It's okay, like, you're good. You're fine, like, it's not a big deal. The LCU's, like, all for content at the end of the day, right? And, like, you want to get your name out there, it's not a big deal to me, man. It's cool.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, we got about 3 minutes left, so make sure you guys get your votes in. Should be, like, 100 by the time the stream ends, hopefully. Should be.
I'm sorry. I'm like having a cat moment.
She's like, I need it.
Look at her little stinky little face.
I know.
Oh my god.
A little bit
also,
of sad.
for those that don't like the baby voice, I've been trying. Oh, and she's out. For those of y'all that don't like the baby voice, I've been trying to refrain. But when I'm holding my cat, I can't help it. And that's not a euphemism. That sounded crazy. Is it all tough? Wait a minute.
Do you have like this problem where sometimes you just get a stabbing pain where your ribs are? Because I've had that for the last 15 minutes. And it's kind of driving me nuts.
Yeah. You could be dehydrated.
I've been drinking water.
Oh, well, you know. How often do you drink water?
I drank a whole one of these before the stream.
Okay, yeah. So maybe
That's why I'm like,
maybe
I
not
don't
that
know.
then.
It's just been driving me a little nuts.
It could either be like the two common things are either dehydration, the three common things, dehydration, constipation, or a gas bubble.
It probably
could just be a
is.
gas
It's
bubble.
just been driving. I feel like I look like fucking pissed off right now, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fight the stabbing pain.
No,
I
because
look like I'm mad at you every
swear.
time you're saying something, and I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry. I'm just like really fighting the pain.
No, like that's the thing. Like I've had like gas bubbles like in my chest to where I'm like, oh god, it's the big one. I'm having.
Yeah. Also, to all these motherfuckers who have shit to say about the fucking baby talk, here's my final statement. People loved Baby Billy.
Period. Boo. Period. Also, it's not a baby voice as much as it's literally the
It's the
Discord.
Bofum princess voice, but
Yeah.
they don't understand us. It's
They
fine.
don't
Alright, well, it
understand.
is time to end. They are behemothly asking for a fit check, so if you want to give them a fit check real quick.
Okay, you guys aren't gonna like this, but I don't know if I'm doing Bubba Backs anymore.
Stand on business.
I kind of look. We take shots at people for being Gooner streams. If I'm being so for real, I don't want to be a Gooner stream. And like, I appreciate the every once in a blue, you know, you shake a little rump to a song or something. But like, I just can't. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna show off my ass every single
Yeah, well, let's see
stream.
the for front. The for front. I do want to see the fit today, though. And we get Shady Lady as a little feature.
There's really nothing going on. Wait, I kind of like pull my shorts down because I have thighs, and the thigh meat it makes the shorts gather.
Alright, give it to him. Give it to him. Wow, a little fit. Yeah, she hit it like a little genie in a bottle. Adorable.
I'll show you
For
a
my
shy
fit.
side.
A shy side. For my fit, I'm wearing my boyfriend's t-shirt. I do have shorts on.
I was gonna say, where are they?
They're here. They're just like bunched up as hell because they're like float ones, but yep.
Period. Boo. And Tom said, "Girl, we're all gays and girls." First of all, that's not true. I've seen some real crazy comments in the chat that I've had to delete because they're that out of pocket. But yeah, like I said, like y'all need to understand like what we do outside of this platform, right? Where we're already constantly in that mode. I just don't want to feel like I have to do that for here too, like every day, to be so for real. Like I don't mind a little, like I don't mind shaking a little rump when the time is due and like, you know, there's a song playing or something, but like I don't know, every day it was really starting to get to me. I don't know how else to say that without sounding like
It's okay. I think most people understand you, so no stress. All right, well, we're going to get you guys redirected over to Queens. Thanks so much for tuning into today's episode. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people before we get heading off?
Thank you very much. I'm glad that I was able to contribute to this deep dive, and hopefully you guys liked it and you want to see another one because I fuck with doing them. Oh god.
Sorry, it's killing me. All right, love you guys.
I could tell. Love you, bye.